Premier 4x4s. That owner decided to put an engine in that one finally. So I got pictures.
Which one was that?
The guy that used the LKQ engine.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Revitalize, they're on twice.
I was going
Oh, I was trying to get the invoice. Did they really buy it from there? Or why the fuck are they on twice? Why are they doing this to people?
I'll put it in.
You know what? To scrap it. I'm not doing it.
Okay.
To scrap it. I'm not doing it.
Okay, one Revitalize then.
We were trying to
I will
get
tell
the
the
invoice,
engine.
the invoice from him for the LKQ engine. He just cut us off.
I got it.
Bullshit. Oh, you did get fucked. So it did exist.
It did.
Okay. Tell if they had just done it themselves, or were saying they got it there, or what?
He actually did pretty nice. Just a piece of junk, and it wasn't part of the. He didn't put it back together right. He slept bolts out and pieces out. I just get so. We'll put it together for you.
But it wasn't since a junk engine, though. Well, like I say, it should have been had warranty on it, right?
It did. It had 6 months, but
it went over 6 months.
yeah. So 2 months before the guy got the car back, so there's 2 months gone, and then he claims to me that it broke down 2 months later, but whatever.
Tino, the troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This hour brought to you by Revitalize Health. Oh, I love the place. Listen, people have been asking me where to get BioT and where to get hormones checked and blood tests, and this is what we do here on the Consumer Show. We do help information referrals, direct help. Today is car day. You can get your calls in right now at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'll let you know whenever a line is open. Now, on car day, we talk primarily about cars, but we're not limited, okay? Now, we save them up every day, and we do that just so we can have our experts in on Friday. Today, we have Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission. We have Tom Maggio from Hands On Auto Tech, that's from up north in Longmont, and Jesse Schillinger from the Springs. So we have the entire, and he's with Honest Accurate Auto, we have the entire front range covered for you. 303-713-TALK. And as I'm talking about these guys, Revitalized Health, I call them the Hormone Bros, because they're three brothers, really cool, handsome guys, got together, opened up this place. They are healthcare providers, or two of them are, nurse practitioners, and they have a wonderful clinic. They do blood tests on the spot. They have some instant tests they can do. They also can help you with other things. Revitalize Health, just good people. Mark and I visited. Mark had his testosterone checked. I'm not going to divulge anything because of HIPAA. Okay. Anyway. So anyway, if you want BioT, they do that, but they do other things as well. If it fights aging, the Hormone Bros do it. And I'm serious, by the way. They even have some cosmetic procedures if you want to do that. Revitalized Health. And they're located, let's see, where they're located. Where, Mark, what part of town was that? Like
it's like C470 in Wadsworth-ish.
Yeah, it's out there, yeah. But it's definitely worth the drive. Of course, you don't have to go there every day when you have procedures done. Look them up, thehormonebros.com or hormonebros.com. I thought that was a cool website, so I snagged it for them. Their number is 720-361-2302. Call for your BioT test or for anything else you might need, estrogen, you might want to do thyroid. They will do blood testing, of course. Everything is based on data. They also do Botex, collagen, Juvederm, Kybella, and more. 720-361-2302, thehormonebros.com. So let's go to the phones for car day. Shane's got a vehicle. What's going on, Shane?
Hey, Tom. So
What's
long
happening?
story short, I bought a vehicle from Autos of Dallas last Wednesday.
Autos of Dallas.
Yep.
Were you in Dallas, or was this an internet thing?
It was an internet thing, and I was supposed to take. Well, they're supposed to deliver it Saturday. Never got delivered. Couldn't get a hold of anybody. Finally got a hold of somebody on Tuesday, and
so did you actually purchase it?
Yes, I purchased it.
Online. You paid?
Yep, I paid, wired them money.
Okay.
They
sight unseen. What is the website?
Autosofdallas.com.
Why did you do it?
I actually have friends that are bought through those guys.
Okay. Well, what is the problem, by the way?
The shipper picked it up, and now they don't know where the shipper's at with the car.
What?
And they can't get a hold of the shipper, and so they agreed to give me my money back.
Wait,
but
is the shipper one you picked or they picked?
They picked. It was all through them.
Okay, so basically they never delivered the car. Had you had your shipper go, it would have been screwed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it would have been they delivered it.
Yep, but no, I never took possession of it.
So how long ago was this? How long ago was this?
Tuesday, they said that they would wire me the money back if I didn't have the car.
When did you buy the car?
Last Wednesday.
A week ago. Okay, so it's not like what do you think the guy just took off?
I have no idea. They kept. I actually got a hold of the shipper, and he just kept giving me a whole bunch of BS excuses.
Like what? Give me an idea of what he said. I mean, the guy just took the car.
He said they picked it up, which they did pick it up, and then his trailer broke down the night that he picked it up, so he was waiting to get the trailer fixed, and that's why it wasn't here Saturday. Well, on Tuesday, he said that he was in Colorado with the car, and that he was waiting at a DOT checkpoint, and he said he waited there all day at the DOT checkpoint, and I was like, dude, that's not right. I run DOT. Like, that's a lie.
You do run DOT? Well, are you in the? Do you do that for a living?
I work in the oil and gas industry, and I have to deal with DOT.
Oh, okay. So Shane, do you even want the vehicle?
No, I mean, if he could give it like today, that'd be awesome. But the last
this is weird, man. This is truly weird. Yeah, we have to call down there. I don't see any way around it. We got to call down there for you, man. Hold on, Shane. Were you going to say something else? Because I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah, and they said they were wiring me the money back today, first thing this morning, but I haven't gotten anything. When I called and asked for the manager, he said that they sent it. I was like, cool, can you send me a confirmation? And he's like, I mean, this is a weird situation, I know, but...
What kind of confirmation can they send you?
Well, like just a wire. Like when I wired them, then the bank sent me, or I just had a little print off right here that had where it was going to, the account number, and the date sent, and who the receiver was. And so I asked for that receipt, and he said that it was going to take him a while, and he hasn't gotten me a receipt or any confirmation that they actually wired.
What do you want us to do?
I was seeing if you could call them up and see if you can get them to...
We can make the call. You know, that's what we do. That's one of the things we do. Make the call. Let's make the call. Make the call. Oh, Deputy Clint's already out the door. Mike's got a rant. I'm not sure what it's about. Mike, what is your rant about?
Yeah, the Air Force this morning decided to fly a fighter jet over Greenwood Village between Orchard and Arapahoe, extremely low, never increased altitude, had wheels down the whole time. I thought a plane was going to crash on my head.
No, seriously, how low was it?
I've never seen one that low. I really thought it was crashing. I mean, it was not. It was just seemed like it was dropping, not rising. And it couldn't have gone any slower without falling out of the sky. But what was interesting to me was the wheels were down the whole time. It never had the wheels up. And I was wondering, what the heck are they doing? I mean,
how do we know? It might have been a problem. We don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We can't assume they were just trying to what? Just trying to irritate people?
I don't know. Let me tell you, it scared me though, because I mean, it was the loudest thing I've ever heard.
No fooling.
So.
I mean, we want to look into it. What time was it?
8:45.
That's right. Like we were here. I mean, like where in Greenwood Village?
I didn't hear it.
Or headed from eastbound westbound between Orchard and Arapahoe, and it.
Oh,
like
okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So it sounds like something. I don't know, man. It sounds like maybe they were testing or had a problem or whatever. But I'm sure there's a PIO down there that would know something. If people were concerned, that's a weird one. I'll tell you that for sure. George, welcome to the show. What's happening? George.
Yes.
Hi, what's going on, man?
Well, I bought a truck from McCloskey Motors in Colorado Springs.
Yeah. Hey, Jesse, what do you know about McCloskey down there?
They don't have the best reputation down there.
Really? Uh-oh. Okay, so what happened?
Well, I bought a Ford F-150.
Used?
Lariat.
What year? What year is it?
2011.
Okay. And what happened?
Well, it was kind of a cloudy, rainy day. I noticed when we got it that, you know, it's a used pickup, so I figured that
Now, you understand, George, it's all on you when you buy something used, right? It doesn't matter if it's cloudy or dark, or it's up to you to go back.
Know that.
Okay. So what happened, though? I mean, maybe it's not on you if you bought it, and maybe you bought it with a warranty. I don't know. How'd you buy it?
No. I know I bought it as is.
Damn. Is it a serious problem?
Well, there's a dent in the roof that we couldn't see. Even the salesperson didn't know that it was there.
Well, then maybe no one else will either. I mean, does it look bad?
Oh, you can see it.
I know, but anyway, what about it? Is it paint damage? You think it can be fixed without getting into the paint? Maybe with somebody like a Flexident?
I took it in, took it back. They looked at it, and they said it was too expensive for them to fix on their dime. I said, hey, you knew about the damage, and your senior staff did. Your sales staff didn't.
Well, they don't have to tell you.
Well, they should.
Well, they should is you're damn right. I agree with you, but they don't have to.
Okay, well,
they can't. Now they can't lie to you. But they don't have to tell you everything. So listen, how much will it? Let's talk about that. I mean, do we know how much it'll cost? Maybe it's not that bad.
They said they would fix it at their cost, less than $100.
What do they say that is?
It cost me $700.
Oh, that does sound reasonable. If it is a big, how big is that dent? Do you have a photo?
I could get a photo.
All right, hold on. Let's just run it by some of our people. Let's do that. And as I said, Flexident, they can't do like big area dents, right? Or I think, like
they do like hail damage stuff.
Yeah,
you talk about the PDR.
But not maybe if it's a big, how the tops of the lids of things get creased sometimes, and there's no paint damage, but it's still a big area. Anyway, I'd always check out, if there's no paint damage, I'd always check out Flexident of Colorado.com. Nick and the boys over there have years and years of experience. 303-619-6273. 303-619-6273. So we have a lot more to talk about, okay? So if you're on the line, stay on the line. We have a call about AutoNation. We have a call about Kia. We have a call about, we're calling on this vehicle out of Texas. The guy picked it up and never delivered it. Can you believe that stuff? Holy crap, it's like you never know what you're going to hear. Plumbline Services, 93 or free with drains. If they can't clear your drain for $93 and get it going, if it's sluggish or clogged, the call is free. If they get it going, the most you'll pay is $93. $93 are free. And remember, Plumbline Services does plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. So that includes, of course, their own drain division, which means they have no middlemen when they have to do a drain job. It's direct from them, and that's Plumbline Services. So $93 or free, but here's the good part. If they can't get it cleared and it's free, they give you a full written report and a diagnostic as to what exactly is wrong with it. PlumlineServices.com, 303-586-1086. That's 303-586-1086.
This report is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams.
I want you to describe the second plumb line. There shouldn't be multiple spots.
No stalls or accidents being reported, so for the most part, you're in decent shape. Downtown, northbound I-25 a bit slow, eastern side of Colfax, southbound slow from I-70 traveling down towards Colfax, so watch out for delays there. Westbound I-70 a bit stop and go in the elevated portion, nothing out of the ordinary in both directions of 270 slow either side of Vasquez. The rest of the drive in fairly normal shape. The weather forecast, mostly sunny today with a high near 77. Tonight, partly cloudy overnight and a low of 52. Tomorrow, sunny, warmer, a high of 83. Right now, a few clouds above, and we're sitting at 61. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 630 K-How.
Cozy up to a new look during the Color Suite Color Sale. From August 30th to September 10th, ask Sherwin-Williams and save 30% on paints and stains. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store today. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
So, I just want to make sure I can see you.
Isn't that what you really want? So you get what you
No, like I say, if that's where you normally,
We'll never sell you anything you don't need.
This Josie Rose shit's funny, man.
Oh, she is funny. You're looking at our sleeves?
Yeah, so the kid,
I gotta update it. Mark, they kick my ass if I don't.
the kid that stole the money has lost, according to him, to his parole officer, 4 jobs because of the article on Sleaze Brigade. Because people see it and then fucking fire his ass.
Is this the kid that
Was
the accountant?
Yeah, no, the investor, or the, what do you call it? Financial advisor. Remember Rosie said, I see in your future a new financial advisor. And it's her kid. And they rob her blind.
Well, of course you saw her. It was in the same room.
I still don't understand why they didn't know I was coming to serve them. She's such a good fucking psychic.
770-5551. Because she's a animal.
So she's a psychic. She's a psychic for this one lady. She tells this one lady,
Suzanne, can you give me a
I
link on how to
see
respond to that Facebook?
someone that can help you with your financial problems coming.
Gotcha.
And
In comes her son.
And then basically in comes her son. That's about right.
That's right.
She didn't know it
You're
was her
psychic.
son for a while.
You knew
Are
all
you
about
in
this.
Facebook right now?
No, but I will be.
Common intelligence,
I
right?
If
I mean,
you're
you
in
can't
it,
make
I
that
can
shit
show you
up.
where to go to respond to it.
So, but it's better than this.
Yeah, this is
She
good.
specializes in dogs. She's a
Well,
dog
animals.
psychic.
Animals. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Well,
Okay,
So I
so
made an
now-
appointment. I was serving her, but I
So
made
go
an
back to where
appointment
you were.
because we said I just lost my German Shepherd,
So
and
here
I
you have
needed
two
to talk to
pages. Click on
him to
that drop down.
finalize my
Go to Tom
emotions with
Martino's
him.
Troubleshooter.
So I show up to her
Where
house.
did he bury that one bone?
And so do it.
I've been
Click on
looking
here.
for that bone. My beagle's been looking for that
Yep, go
bone.
there. No, we do. On this one, it wasn't a bad comment, just so
She
you
was
know.
she was so shocked when I showed up to serve her.
Get your
Oh, she was
notifications.
shocked.
Did you stay for a reading?
No, we were going to do that, and I was going to ham the whole thing up.
This
But
guy here. Oh,
She
we have to
would do an
approve it
appointment
before you
during that
unfreeze
show.
it. The quick
I
one,
was going to
so
be
you can
liked
roll.
and everything.
So no,
it
it
was
can't
going to
be
be
seen.
great.
We have to.
Oh, Dobie. Dobie.
But actually, you know, the live ones don't come out as good unless you got really good internet.
Oh, shit, that would have came out so good.
That would have been good.
I would have started going.
Do you have his number? What the help did he want? There was nothing happened. I don't even understand this guy.
What'd you do now?
The guy that called where the people came to the wrong house. He said we didn't help him.
Dan might, I'm pretty sure, I can't say for sure, I think it was the guy who the roofer started on the wrong house, which was his.
He said,
Says, thanks for nothing,
what
I'm like,
help? Could you please tell me what he wants?
do you want me to get his number and get him back on the air?
Ask him what he wanted. Tell him we saw his comment. What
you had told him is he needs to get somebody up there to see what damage they've done.
So he said I didn't help him. He said some roofers came to the wrong house. I saw him up on my roof. I said, it's a good thing you stopped him. Did they do anything? He said, I don't know. I said, well, you better get it checked. Tell me what he wanted. Did he want me to fucking put my ass up on the roof and look at it? I mean, I want to ask him straight up. Sometimes I don't even understand this shit.
Should they ask along the road?
I want you to mark your calendars for Thursday evenings if you want to learn about stem cell therapy. Now, if you don't want to learn about it, you just trust me, which you should, because I've done a lot of research on this. Centeno Schultz is the place to go. They are MDs and doctors. I would not go to a chiropractor's office for stem cell therapy under any circumstances, unless they had an MD there who actually harvests living stem cells from you, but they don't. They ship in amniotic fluid and call it living stem cells. This will go down in history, this time of our history, of the biggest ripoff in medical history of all the people wasting money with chiropractors using amniotic fluid thinking they're getting stem cell therapy, or all these doctors claiming to do stem cell therapy, okay? And then they mask it as regenerative therapy and call it stem cells. Here's the deal. Centeno Schultz. You want the truth? Go there. Dr. Chris Centeno was the first doctor ever to do stem cell therapy in a clinical setting. And he's right here in Broomfield, and also they have a place in the Tech Center in Lone Tree. I mean, so here's the deal. September 13th and September 27th at 6 p.m. Okay? And please, when we do commercials, by all means, do not tune them out like, oh, it's just a commercial, because we give information like this. This is the deal. Amniotic fluid does not equal stem cell therapy. Living stem cells must be harvested at the time of the injection in order to be used. September 13th, September 27th. Call for more information. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. Again, unlike other shows, you tune in and out during commercials. This is truly, when I'm reading live, it's because it's vital information. I do not take them unless I believe in them. So let's go to the phones again and find out what's going on. Okay, I'm going to take the people like George. He has a dent, and we wanted to figure out if he got a photo. Did he get us a photo?
Not yet. I got to tell him how, Tom.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Now, Clint, did you call that place? No, did you talk to anyone? Yes or no? Not yet? Okay, we're going to try to talk to this place and find out where the hell his money is. Okay, Shane bought a car from this place, in Dallas. They were supposed to deliver it. The guy picked it up and never, ever heard from him again. Is that weird or what? Okay, now, Isabel, what's going on with you, Isabel?
Hi.
What's happening?
I have been trying to get AMCO to let me go to another shop. I had my transmission replaced last year, and the car's been back in there probably 4 times.
Now, is this that AA MCO AMCO, and it's a transmission place? Hey, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. Are AMCO's, and you do regular car repairs, right?
Most definitely.
I always call you Kimmer Transmission. Do you know about AMCO? Are they privately owned? Are they?
Yeah, they're franchises.
They're franchises. Okay, and so basically you're as good as the franchise, right? I mean,
pretty much.
I often wondered, what do franchise transmission places really do? What do they do? Transmission shop, he gets the AMCO name, and what happens?
He gets the AMCO name, and then they have AMCO standards that they do actually have to follow. They have guidelines. They actually have their own selling technique and everything that goes with it.
Do they have warranties and stuff?
Yes, most definitely.
And does AMCO actually do the rebuilding and ship in and out the transmission?
No. Just like my shop, you have your bone builders, you have your own R&R technicians, so on and so forth.
Okay. Now, as far as your problem, Isabel, you had the transmission rebuilt, was it?
Yes.
Okay, and which AMCO was it?
On Colfax.
Okay, and then after it was rebuilt, what's the problem?
Well, everything I took it in for, which is the lights were on, and the transmission was sluggish.
And never fixed it?
Well, they said they replaced the transmission, they replaced some O2 sensors, they've charged me for checking, the electrical. And yet, all the lights
so all
that
of
were
this
on
was done
originally,
when?
which is the ABS light
Yeah.
and the
ABS has nothing to do with
check engine
transmission, does it? No.
Yeah, and the check engine light were on, which is why I took it in.
So last year,
then they called me, told me they could redo the transmission, so I played for.
How much did you pay for the transmission last year?
And the lights have never come on.
How much did you pay for the transmission last year?
Transmission light on.
How much did you pay for the transmission last year?
Over $3,800.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay, so it came with a warranty, and did they redo it under warranty?
They said they did.
And it's still not working?
No, it's been in there. The last time was they had my car for 2 months.
Wow. Okay, and you say you
the
want
lights are all on again.
What's preventing you from taking it somewhere to be inspected?
Money.
Well, you said you're trying to get AMCO to let you go to another shop.
Well, they won't. According to the AMCO
they don't
warranty,
have. You don't need their permission.
The original shop, I have to go there.
You don't need their permission to get it inspected.
They haven't called me back.
You don't need their permission to get it inspected. You don't. Okay. That's our very first step. We have to see, what did they do? Did they really rebuild it? What if they're lying to you? What if they never, ever, ever even rebuilt it? You won't have any idea. We do. So it's drivable, right, Isabel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
we need to set up someone to check it out. Now, they're not going to crack it open, but I think they can get a pretty good idea if it was rebuilt. Jeff, couldn't you get a good idea?
We can get a good idea, yeah.
Of what was done, or what the problem is. Who knows if you even needed it to begin with, but it's too late to go back now on that. So here's the deal. Where are you located normally? Like, where do you live and work? What area?
I'm retired, and I live near DIA.
Okay. So we need to try to find somewhere that can check that out. and you really need to get it checked out. I mean, otherwise we're just playing guessing games. But what's the latest they tell you? That will help us, Isabel, if you can tell us. What's the latest they offered, if anything?
Well, the latest thing they've offered is for me to take it to another shop.
And what did they?
Amco.
And
However,
they said what about that? They'll pay for it or what?
Well, it's still covered under warranty. It's
did
just,
they say they would
take
pay
it back to the Colfax shop because clearly they don't know what they're doing.
When they said they would let you go to another shop, did they say another?
No, they called me and left a message, but that they were trying to get another shop that would look at it without charging me. But I've called the guy and left messages over and over, and this has been over 2 weeks, and still the guy, and I've even emailed the guy at corporate, and so far nobody has called me back.
I don't think corporate's going to do anything, okay? I think we need the local store in Colfax. Where is it on Colfax?
It's 14871 East Colfax.
Tell me what that is. Tell me the closest cross street.
It's like Colfax and Chambers.
Okay. And what's the manager's name?
The manager currently is Brandon Karen.
Have you been talking to Brandon? Have you been talking to him?
I have, but they treat me like a stupid woman.
All right, we're going to call.
Tell me nothing's wrong with the car.
We're going to call, okay? Isabel, we need you to take it somewhere. So I don't know where. Do me a favor, though, Clint.
Yeah, I'll be happy to take a look at it. We're not that far away.
Well, not really. He's on Arapahoe Road in Jordan. Here's what we're going to do. Hold on. Clint, could you talk to her very quickly? Call the transmission shop, just see what they say. And then we're going to have Jeff look at it, Kimmer Transmission. So hang on, and we'll get you some help. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And we also have, in addition to Kimmer Transmission here, and we have Hands-On Auto, we have Honest Accurate Auto. Another place we have Budget A1 Transmission Auto Repair. They have the 119 transmission service. They'll drop the pan, change the filter, the fluids, check all the belts, hoses, and anything else that's in there that needs checked, and they'll make minor adjustments, all for $119. If they have a problem, they're going to give you a complete diagnostic breakdown. And as always, they also do 1 hour free diagnostics on any auto repair. That's Budget A1 on South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. And it's run by a guy I've known for many, many years. So Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. You can find them on my referral list, of course, at referrallist.com. And I'm fumbling here trying to get their number. You'd think I'd have it memorized by now. It's 303-781-9858. 781-9858.
This is Denver.
Clogged drains, slow drains, and plumb line services can unclog your main drain for just $93. There's no charge, $93 or free. If there's a serious problem, Plumbline will present you with honest options to fix it. Plumbline has its own drain division. Eliminate the middleman. No tricks, no gimmicks, just straight savings. And if you've already not sure if you caught it, but I did a FlexiDent in context, one of them. A free second opinion. 303-562-0439. I got it. 0439 or plumlineservices.com.
I almost wonder how he could not have noticed that dent.
What dent?
Is it that bad?
It's that bad. I just emailed it to you guys. I'm like, how could you not? I mean, like, at what point does
Oh my God.
Yeah, look, Jesse. Like, how could you not have noticed that when you bought the vehicle?
Wow.
Oh, come on.
Really?
That's impossible.
That's what we put on the sunroof, too.
I mean, really.
That's why
And I've gotten complaints on the Frosty before, but that...
I would attach that off. You didn't send 2 photos, right?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
How could he not see that?
How could he not see that?
Oh, wait, maybe he's a midget.
No, but I will say this. He's got essential trimmers, and so he's...
That's what I mean. Maybe something's wrong with him.
He's not a midget.
Little person.
Little person.
Wait a minute. Now you see
What does
being a
he
midget,
have,
there's something
Trevor?
wrong with you?
It
What
took
was
me
it?
a long time to get him to email me
The
because
last
he
of
has
the month
essential
just
trimmers.
For real?
So he shapes, you know. Like,
Clint, was it Clint that had or the Daft, that their uncle and stuff was on the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, it's one of the Munchkins.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's like that's
Yeah.
real fake.
No,
news.
it's either fake news or Clint's fake news.
No, it was Daphne. He was one of the smallest persons in the world.
I was a midget, he says.
Remember this. DFNN, Daphne Fake News Network.
I'll never forget when we bombed Korea.
That was good.
She walks in, can you believe it? We bombed Korea. And I'm going, I listened to the fucking news on the whole way in. I'm sure they would have mentioned that.
That comes up.
They didn't mention it?
We didn't bomb them. It's like, which Korea?
Which Korea?
I have a hard time blaming anybody.
Yeah, that's a...
Did you get this?
I got it.
Put it up.
That is a dent.
I mean, can you guys blame this on anybody?
You work with Michael over there at LKQ.
They're going to say it didn't have it.
Powers? Yeah, he's a great guy.
Or they're going to say we sold it with the debt.
Yeah, we were taking care of that Jeep one I was just talking about.
Is Clint calling him?
I talked to him on that too.
That's what it said.
He found out I was on the show.
Hey,
Clint, are you calling that car dealer?
He's like, yeah, I got a guy that goes up there. And I was like, I don't think I have met
what are you supposed to say with a dent like this? You're supposed to say, it'll buff right out.
Yeah, he sent me another engine for it. Yeah, I gave me a pretty good deal on it, so we're trying to get in there just to help the guy out.
Paintless
We cut the labor down.
Is he going for it? Or?
We're out with the old one. It's trashed. It's a hole in the oil pan, the bolts missing, brackets he didn't put back in, starter wasn't even hooked up.
Oh, starter wasn't hooked up?
So it wasn't just a shitty engine. The guy fucking didn't even know what he was doing.
He was a hack job, bad. The dipstick broke off inside. It was just dangling out. And how they were even checking oil.
You know,
I mean, it's just dangling.
I had a guy working for me, and this guy was a moron. And everything he touched, he broke. And he would always say, oh, I've always been a great tech. I've never had these issues. I found out from past employers, oh, yeah, he always had these issues. So when I kicked him out of my shop, he goes, I said, well, you know, where'd you find a place for your toolbox? He goes, oh, I'm going to start my own thing out of my house.
Yeah.
So
it's him.
It's any of these guys, if you're working out of your house, something's wrong, you know?
Nah, it's not.
You make too much money as a tech at any auto shop to want to...
And you have no concerns or worries. We take care of your medical. We take. I mean, so
Well,
you just go to work, do your thing.
And you don't risk
it.
losing your house.
Right.
You know, your family over you leave a wheel off and you don't have $2 million worth of liability insurance.
Yeah,
you know, so.
Here's the starter. You see all those wires hanging off on the side.
And that's what the Shane guy was, right? He was a house. Yeah, he was a house.
Oh, literally, it was a house.
Yeah.
He bought a motor on eBay.
Yeah.
No warranty.
Yeah, when you're pulling up
He
somebody's
ripped them off.
private residence to get your car fixed, you got to be really wondering about that, you know?
Well, because they promised him such a good deal, you know.
Yeah.
Like he was telling
Now,
me.
wait a minute.
The whole job was.
Wait a second. How about if it was Jay Leno's garage, his private residence?
Actually, it was a good deal because I couldn't even find a used transmission for that.
I
car
bet he's
for
got like 4 techs
$2,000,
like,
and he got
that live there, huh?
Okay.
Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal. For used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, it's a big place, and it's got plenty of parking. It's got 40 lenders to choose from where they can originate the loans right there. And if you want used vehicles, you'll find a big selection there. The great part, they pay high values for trades because they need trades to sell there as well. All of the cars are owned lock, stock, and barrel by Rockies, which means that the titles are on premises. You get them right away. There's no funny money, no fooling around. They can help originate loans or cash deals, whatever it is. Rockies, it's Monday through Saturday, 9 to 7, 63rd and Federal, 303-426-4646. So, what is going on with McCloskey? Did we get, oh yeah, we got the photo, so let's talk to George. George, I got to tell you something, okay? Not that it matters, because I want to make this clear to people. If you buy a vehicle as is, it doesn't matter if you see the damage or not. It's up to you to find it. But you said no one saw this and could hardly see it. Man, I don't see how you could miss it. This dent is so big and so glaring.
We have it up on Facebook.
And on the front corner of the sunroof, and you can see it above the windshield. My God, I mean, I don't know how you could not see
Maybe
this.
he's a tiny person.
But man, would I be upset if I looked at it, and I would be upset. I would, because it's a lot of damage.
I don't even know how you fix that.
I gotta wonder if it's leaking. That's got to be leaking through the sunroof there.
Is it leaking, bro? George?
No, they haven't done a pressure test on it, and I also sent you another letter or something I sent back to a Brett Breckenridge, and he wanted me to give him a thumbs up.
You mean a review?
Yeah.
Well, listen.
How did you miss this, though? How is it possible to miss this?
They didn't cover it up or hide it. I mean,
if you were up close to the truck, you couldn't see it.
You mean up close with your face buried on the grill? But I mean, if you're standing up.
Actually, if you're standing right by the hood,
yeah,
it doesn't show up near as bad.
Okay, I'll let people be the judge of
that. And it was cloudy and rainy. I noticed all the.
May I ask something?
Do they deny it was there?
No,
huh?
I don't think that matters if they deny.
Well, I'm just curious. Are they saying he caused this?
Did they know about it?
No. They knew about it.
Okay.
People in the body shop knew about it.
Yeah, they're probably wondering. The salesperson was probably wondering, man, this guy's willing to buy it with the damage. That's wonderful. I mean.
He didn't know it was. He did not know it was there.
Okay.
Manager.
Okay. So the sales guy that worked there didn't know it was there either.
Yeah. So listen,
the bunch of you are blind. It's hard to miss this.
But George, seriously though, there's no way that you can claim you were ignorant in this. I mean, even if you were, it doesn't matter. I mean, you bought it the way it was. I'm glad there's not even more damage somewhere else, or it needed an engine. I mean, there's no way to know on a rainy, cloudy night, a stormy night, and you take a vehicle and
understood.
I
understood.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't mean to make you feel bad, George. The reason I do this is not to make people feel bad. It's to emphasize for those listening, so they can remember this and think, yeah.
And they should learn from what happened to me,
right?
And be extra.
But
also,
did you try to buff it out?
Yeah. No, listen. Did you get an estimate, George?
I'm going to get my own estimate.
Yeah.
I wonder if Nick seriously could do something with that.
Listen to this, though. These guys said they would do it for $700 if he paid $700. Man, that's a great
I think
deal.
that's a real good deal.
Do you think Nick at Flexident could do something? I'm being serious.
No, I'm not. I mean, yes, he could because of his skill, but I don't think he could do it like he does dent repair. I don't think he could do the normal PDR. No, I don't think so. And believe me, Flexident of Colorado can make things go away like they weren't there. But this is more of a serious damage, of course.
Well, they'd have to. There was two.
You know what?
Without.
Let's send this picture over to. Let's send it over to him. You know what, Mark?
I would. I'd like to see what Nick thinks about.
You know what?
This.
Let's put it this way. No matter what, I think it would be better than conventional. Putting body putty all over it. Now, may not look perfect. Who knows? What do you guys think? Would they have to, how would they fix that? They'd pull it out, try to straighten it, and skim it with body putty. But I want to ask Nick. Let's send the picture to Nick, okay, Suzanne? And Nick is over at Flexident. That's what we're going to do. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And, wow, we're getting some weird ones. But that's what we're here for, to help. So hold on, George, or we can call you back, whatever Suzanne wants to do. Candy, what's going on with you, Candy?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, what's happening?
This is in reference to AutoNation Chrysler Jeep Arapahoe.
What's the problem?
Well, I bought a car from them, and of course they treat you like a valued customer. A month later, I get a letter from Larimer County Clerk that they overcharged me $900 and some. And I go, wow, that's a lot of money.
You mean for the tax?
Yes.
Yeah, well, they'll refund the tax.
Well, nobody ever calls me back. They always say, you're a valued customer.
Did you have a loan?
We'll return your phone call.
Did you have a loan?
Never. I paid it off a month later.
Okay. Really, if it's truly a mistake in the taxes because of where you live, they didn't get to keep it anyway. So it's like...
They might have applied it to the financing, and then she paid it off. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, but here's the deal. What I'm saying is, if they write it down as a tax, they usually send that in. So they're not really profiting from it unless you're thinking they purposely overcharged the tax, sent in the right amount, and kept the extra. They're not gonna. They don't waste time.
No, they're a big company. We'll send it over to Linger though. He'll look at it and we'll figure out where the money went.
So hold on
Well, see, when I call them, they never call back. I've only had 2 calls from the finance director.
Yeah.
Right, and he says, we can't find the paperwork. We don't know what the check is. Well, I called Larimer County Clerk. They have the canceled check.
Okay. Your canceled check?
The canceled check that the Larimer County Clerk and Recorder sent to AutoNation as a refund.
Oh, they sent it back to AutoNation. Well, that goes to show you that AutoNation was honest, because they paid the full amount to the clerk thinking you really owed it, and then they said, I'm sure it's clerical. Listen, otherwise, if they wanted to keep this money, Candy, they would have never overcharged you, sent in the proper amount, and hoped to get it back. I mean, it's just not an efficient way to cheat someone. But I don't think, Sandy, I don't think you're even going there with that accusation. I think you're just frustrated because you can't get it back.
Yeah, it sucks.
They don't know where it is.
We'll figure it out. This is a perfect one for our guy over there.
This is perfect. We'll get it done, okay? 303-713-8255. We'll get it done. I love saying that. Go Cam Solar will get it done, too. If you want to know what your lot will generate in solar power based on its location, the radiation in Colorado, the sun, and your roof line, all of that can be done without ever stepping a foot on your property, and it can be done free with special software, imaging software, and also solar calculators that you can get from Cam Solar. Cam Solar does this to guarantee it for you over the next 20 years, along with 20 years of parts and labor warranties. And as I've said, of course, warranties are only as good as the company, but this company is willing to put themselves out there. They've been out, they have 3,000 systems in effect. They've been in business for many years, and here's what they're going to do. They're going to do this free of charge for you to give you an idea of if solar is efficient for you. And if you do decide to go with it, you never pay anything out of pocket. And you start saving from day one with financing because the tax credits put your down payment down and it's low interest. Go camsolar.com, put a slash there, and then Troubleshooter to get that form to get your free analysis. Go camsolar.com.
What's the phone number where you guys are at?
303? It's fine. What's that, 200?
Here's the picture of it. It's an 02 Isuzu Rodeo.
Okay.
And they did not rebuild the transmission.
How much is there?
Smoked cannabis during whiskey drinking rambling podcast.
Got a whole bunch of chickens on my table.
Who's that? Musk.
The one lady was talking about AMCO.
Yeah, something about AMCO. Anyway.
He's the stock is down $18 today.
He's a nut.
6%.
Look at him.
What is it?
He's given up.
He's a
nut.
Well, you can't even tell if that's pot.
No, they say it's pot.
I know they say it, but you can't tell it.
Well, why the fuck would he do it if it wasn't pot?
Cigar? A cigar?
He says it's pot.
Okay.
The funny thing is before Joe Rogan handed it to him, he goes, "You probably can't touch this because of stockholders, right?" And Elon's response is, "Well, it's legal here, right?" And then he picks it up.
And
it's like Joe Rogan even explained it.
Smoke it?
Yeah, he smoked it.
So Rogan has a podcast where they smoke pot?
Rogan's
on this show.
But that's Joe Rogan, right?
Joe Rogan.
So he used to do the...
He was the Fear Factor guy.
Fear Factor, right.
Yeah,
that was a good fucking show.
Okay.
I like Fear Factor. I didn't know that's who that was.
But he also calls a lot of the MMA fights.
Look, he's got his...
I think so. I think I heard that, yeah.
He lit it with that.
It's a big joint lighter.
It also...
You know, did Elon Musk drive away from that interview within 4 hours?
That would have been funny.
Because that's illegal.
That's good.
No, not if he was in an Uber.
That's what I mean. Did he drive himself away from the
self-driving car?
The smoke and drive, it has to be over a limit.
Yeah.
It's not a zero tolerance.
You're not allowed to drive within 4 hours of smoking.
Really?
You have to wait 4 hours.
I don't know if that's true.
No, there is no law of that. No law.
It's how much is in there. And
what state is it?
No, California.
Okay,
It might be California.
First of all, it's state by state.
And how would they ever do a time thing? Well, I guess if you were in a place.
I mean, they'd have to prove it, like they'd have to see you on video.
4 hours is probably.
I hate to disagree with you, Scott, with all the discussions I've had with Joe Legere. I don't think that's a law. I just don't think so. Joe never said it was not a law, but I think he would have brought it up. I think he would have.
So driving under the influence is still a crime in California.
No, it's a crime here too. But you have, and here's the problem with that. The problem is they are arguing over what is
proof. How do you prove it? How do you prove
they're not going to make money?
Who the fuck? Because all the people that bought Teslas, good luck.
Here's a legal
when you can't get fucking parts for them in about a month.
Let's see.
But what you know what gets me is why didn't
for California?
Why doesn't Ford have a good
look it up there since
with that?
Chinese do.
You don't know that.
Fuck yeah, they've got a great.
Okay, what about that tractor they put out over here? It was a piece of shit. Tom, did you buy one of the Chinese tractors?
Oh my God.
We've all been sucked into a Chinese tractor.
So why are you saying you think their car is so good? That's what I don't.
God.
Because they say it's good.
They said the tractor was good.
Different than the tractor.
Enough for him.
The tractor wasn't electric. You know what he was? You know what Musk was talking about too? This will blow you away. A fucking electric airplane.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, you have one. You have one.
What did he say about
Drone. My drone, yeah. He said that's going to be the next thing. It's like, yeah, okay. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the battery?
Oshkosh had a single engine plane, experimental that worked with that, the piloted, but it had no range.
Well, that's what I mean. Can you imagine? I mean, what would you do with this thing?
You have
fly it for 8 minutes?
You have the conflict of batteries versus
weight.
Yeah. They have stuff flying, but it's just, like you said, the range is.
Oshkosh had one, though. It was a two-seater. It wasn't bad, or it could have been even a one. I think it was a two-seater. It was kind of cute.
Purely custom job where they take like a Cessna and strip it.
No, it was a concept plane. It was totally from the ground up. Totally crazy.
Did you buy a Chinese tractor?
Radio.
I bought him to sell stuff.
Is this your tractor story? Or you got gonorrhea? What's from the tractor?
I got gonorrhea from the tractor.
Oh, I forget.
You know they're driving.
There's never a good ending to a challenge.
I'm Tom Martino. House Modern, H-A-U-S-S, is a bathroom and closet and kitchen place. It's weird. They do closets, but they do such extraordinary work. The only word I have is wow, and I say that over and over again. They're the wow people, and you should go see them if you're looking for something special for your home. Trust me, you're not going to go there if it's a fix and flipper. Now, I don't mean it's necessarily expensive. Obviously, it's more than your average kitchen, but it is not what you think it is for the beauty you get. House Modern, H-A-U-S-S, and that's housemodern.com. If you go to our referral list, referrallist.com, you can search it any way you want with regular house spelling, House Modern. 720-325-5040, Santa Fe in Louisiana, for upscale, beautiful kitchens and baths and custom closets. 720-325-5040. They're at Santa Fe in Louisiana, House Modern. Okay, so we have this guy that called and he says, okay, my car I bought as is, and then I noticed a dent. We're not going to get into whether he should have noticed or not, blah, blah, blah. All we want to know is, how do you fix it? How does this guy make the best of this situation? And there was no real paint damage we could see. We have a photo of it, and it's up live on our Facebook and YouTube. By the way, we're live every day on YouTube and Facebook, as well on 630 KHOW and affiliates, including KRDO in the Springs. So we have Flexident up. Nick Yutzi is the owner. Nick does beautiful work. Now, this is way bigger than... Welcome to the show. You looked at that photo. What do you think?
I'm convinced with a little turtle wax, Nick could handle it.
Okay, so Nick.
No, that inner corner is bent down. That's your inner structure there. That's not the outside sheet metal that's bent on that thing.
Oh, so that's a frame part.
Yep. That's going to be your inner part. With it being sunk down that low around that sunroof, there's nothing that PDR can do.
They're telling them they can fix it for like $700.
No, his share would be $700.
Oh, his share.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's going to have to be body shopped.
Now, if it did not have any frame involved, but it was that big, now I know it may not be efficient, but could you take care of something that big?
Yeah, if it didn't bring the ender there, might not be 100% repair, but I bet we could get it 90-95%.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, listen, man, I really appreciate you looking at that. Flexident of Colorado.com, we love these guys, and he's giving $500 off big jobs. Remember that one. That's really cool, and you can get right in. We've had our work done there. I mean, it's perfect, and it doesn't detract from the value. He doesn't report to Carfax. That's not a legal obligation for anybody, by the way. And besides, hail when it's fixed with paintless dent repairs like it was never there anyway. 303-619-6273. I wouldn't care if my car, a car I purchased, had it on there. I wouldn't care at all. If it had been fixed by Flexident. Flexident of Colorado.com, 303-619-6273. Let's keep going here. And are we, well, that's all we can do, basically, George. We helped you all we could with information. Jeff, what's happening with you, Jeff?
Tom, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I bought a Kia Sorento back in 2008, 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Brand new, 2008.
That's what it says on the buyer's order. That's what it says on the bill of sale. Bill of sale also says that it had 67 miles on it when I bought it.
Yeah.
I've got some problems with it now. It's got 91,000 miles on it. Took it into...
and it's within the 10 years, so you got a warranty. What are the problems?
I thought it was within the 10 years, but I went to the dealer and they're like, oh, no, the warranty ended in April.
Why?
Because in their system, they have it listed, Kia has it listed as a test drive vehicle.
I guess it wouldn't matter what they have it listed as, because it's, and it could be a test drive vehicle and still be new. If it has less than whatever the mileage is, and the mileage right now is 1,400, I believe, but whatever it is, people don't understand this. A car can be driven as a demo and still be a brand new car. It can't be registered to anyone else, or the dealer, registered to the dealer would be considered used, or mileage, either or. Even if it's not registered, if it's over 1,400, it's used. So the argument, and the reason I say that right now, Jeff, is I like to arm people with accurate information. So if your battle's going to be, that it is a used car, it is not. But if your battle's going to be you should be under warranty, this is weird to me, because technically cars are put into service all different dates. So it goes by the in-service date. Jesse, you were perched to say something, right? In-service date.
Yeah, I was just trying to find out when he actually bought the car.
Yeah. What is considered the in? But see, here's the deal, though. He's kind of right. Jeff is saying, wait a minute, I bought it. What month?
October.
So Jeff is thinking October should be my date. But they're saying, they're claiming it went into service earlier. I don't think that's fair. You know, they used it as a demo, but every car, in essence, is a demo.
How about on miles?
He's got 91,000.
No. What I'm saying, I'm asking you, if they put 1,600 miles on it, hold on a second. If they put 1,600 miles on it as a demo, one of their sales guys driving it, and he bought the car, he buys it brand new, he's the first one it's titled to.
It wouldn't be brand new. It wouldn't be brand new, even if he's the first one titled.
How about if it was 500 miles?
Yes, it would be brand new.
Okay, so at 500 miles, and he gets to 99,502 miles. Where's his warranty if it's a 100,000-mile vehicle? Is it still dead at 100,000 if that's the warranty? Or if it's 36,000, do you add the miles is what I'm saying.
The miles go to zero, Mark. It's not the mileage that's an issue. What is the issue is the in-service date.
Yeah.
But I think the in-service date should be the day you buy it. But they're claiming the in-service date was the day they put it into service by letting someone test drive it. I think that sucks. But I mean, I don't think, I'm not sure that they made it up. I want to know what the industry says. We need to call like Colorado Springs Dodge or something and talk to someone. I'd like to know the industry. I'm not asking what they would do in this case, what anyone would do. I want to know the standard of the industry, because that's what we have to fight. Jeff, if they do this for everyone, and this is the standard of the industry, you might be out of luck.
Coloradans 62 and older are...
Dealers are offered bonuses if they hit certain sales numbers in a month. They can mark the car as sold to the manufacturer even if it's not sold yet. And that starts the warranty. The dealer can say to Kia, the corporate, I sold this car, even though they didn't. it'll start the warranty date on the car, and the dealer will get credited as if they sold it.
I understand.
So they
But
get
then
their
the dealer
incentive.
has to sell it because the manufacturer.
They can keep it on. They can continue to keep it on lot.
But
yeah,
that doesn't seem right to me that then the consumer gets that many months left.
It's up to
There's
the
something
consumer
inherently
to
wrong
check.
with that, right?
It's up to the consumer to check with the dealer to see when the warranty starts.
Oh my God!
Before
Before
they sign the contract.
Would you know that, or would you assume it's the day you bought it?
The day you bought it, absolutely.
This is like a 4-month
Marijuana,
issue, too.
they
We're talking
only have
if
to
it
prove that you're
was
intoxicated.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Wow.
So
How
you,
do they do it?
By
It's-
failing a field
Right,
sobriety
right.
test or chemical tests, which
I know.
fail a lot in court. Like you can prove,
It's
hey, I'm a
really-
habitual user. That's
It's
why
hard,
my chemical
man.
test.
Joe Lazare said it's difficult on both sides.
Yeah.
It's difficult for the police to prove it. It's also difficult if they say he is for him to disprove it. It's really a bitch. They don't have any real
It
standards.
looks like it's easier to disprove than it is to prove.
They can't prove you're on acid. They can't test for acid.
hair follicles.
It's not a blood test?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if they can
Supposed
or
to
not.
say in
What were
hair
you
for
gonna
10
say?
years.
Hair and
follicles.
fingernails.
Yeah.
They can do a hair test on you. That's the only way I knew that.
But if you
Yeah,
fail
but
a piece of
wait,
sobriety,
the
you're going.
hair test might say you've taken it, but it doesn't say you took it at that hour or
Right.
that you were under
Right.
it during that driving
It just
time.
says whether
it
you
says
took
like
it
the
or
last
not.
5 years you took it, right? But man, what happens if you're wrong?
Fingernails.
You're scot free.
Take some other hairs.
That's not the same.
Hey, drop your drawers. You gotta take some hairs.
Here's one off there.
So this is really a good topic. This in-service date.
Yeah.
Well, when I bought
Yeah, that's
mine,
surprising.
they actually put.
But I couldn't believe that Kia would be trying to argue over a couple month thing, unless it's a huge job. But if it's modern, they're just
Well,
You
the
know what?
dealer
We
gets
need to figure out the standard. We need
Yeah.
to call
Let's
the
go
dealer
to
and find out.
See, the dealer gets reimbursed by the manufacturer for warranty work.
Right.
So if the manufacturer says no, the warranty's expired, then the dealer has to eat it.
Plus, they get bonus off of the price of whatever the parts sell for.
But we know.
Yeah.
You don't always get paid for your warranty. Sometimes you do it because you want to keep that customer.
Well, that's the thing about corporate.
Yeah,
You know, is corporate will just say no to everything because they can.
See the job number?
Because yeah, you're just another number, and they're spending so much in advertising, and they've got
Hey,
the
that
big
whole
name.
thing with,
And they've got people on staff that are literally there in order to keep warranty claims to a minimum. Find reasons to get out.
Yeah. Fucking cost.
I should have done this instead of showing
Well, I-
Tesla, man.
I just
I
So
was
what's
it.
the deal with Tesla? He smoked some garbage and everybody's mad at him now, or what?
Fuck, he's a
No,
nut.
it's just, yeah, it's not.
That's just one out of the last 50 things.
I understand. he's
They're
a
getting
nut, but-
sued right now for. He came out and tweeted he was going to take it private, had all the funding
Yeah,
lined
yeah.
up, and
And it was a total lie.
total bullshit. You can't do that shit when you have a publicly traded company. Install native Windows.
And then he promised that from this day forward, they're going to be, or this next quarter forward, they're going to be profitable. There's no fucking way they're going to be profitable.
How can you guarantee something like that anyway?
He did.
He's
he
another
did.
Martin Scorsese. What was that guy's name?
Oh yeah, the
Pharma bro.
the farmers who bought that one drug and then raised it like 10 times.
He went to fucking jail.
Yeah, he was an ass. That
He
guy
went to
was
prison.
an ass.
Yeah, but they got him on all kinds
Yeah,
of shit.
when they start looking into
The
stuff.
one thing he didn't do that was technically illegal was raise the price of the drug.
But the thing about it, he bragged about it.
Well, I'm not saying it was good publicity for the company.
I'm not saying he was the smartest man in the world, but hey.
That was the one thing that wasn't illegal.
That's horrible. And here I thought you were buying a Tesla. I'm waiting to see that bad boy.
I think the dealer or the Kia should waive. They can waive warranty items.
Oh, anybody can eat something.
There's a number.
I mean,
of
all
things.
of
We were
us
just
can
talking
eat
about that. Yeah.
something, you know.
There's times where we take care of things that are out of warranty, or you know what?
Yeah.
You're,
What was wrong with it? I
you're
didn't
at
hear.
38,000, but you know what? You've been a customer here for years. Why would I not
Yeah.
fix it when you're right
That's
here?
what you should do to take it.
What was it though? What was wrong?
We
with
don't know yet. That's what I was saying. We should find out what it is, because if it's a big job, that's probably why. If it's just a window not working or something stupid like that, just fix it.
It
man.
needs a
It's not
motor and
worth it.
transmission.
Now you get into that, that's a little bigger. But something
I bet
small
it
to
is
get the actual
powertrain
basics
because of his
done.
mileage.
Probably is powertrain.
Could be.
What a great, so you looked that up, that's the actual law.
What's
You know, I mean, it's on the internet, so take it with a grain of salt.
What are you talking about, the actual law?
That the dealers can put the vehicle
That's
into
not a
service.
law. That's just the fucking manufacturer's letter. I mean,
But
there's no law.
Not a law.
It went through Congress. The president signed off
What
on
I'm saying
it.
is that the standard, is that the standard?
I don't know what the. I know dealers, if they do that, have to register it to them here. So in Colorado, they don't just get to say it. So, I guess they could. I guess they could.
They're just reporting it internally to the manufacturer.
Yeah, if the manufacturer doesn't care, I guess they could. I mean, what difference does it make?
So you think if, like right now, there's some 17s left
Well,
somewhere
let's
that are
ask the
brand
dealer.
new.
Did you get the dealer on?
I can. I have real life limitless pill. It's so powerful.
No,
and
I would like, there's a lot more to it, but if you have an answer, we'll go there, and then if we still need more, what answer did you get?
It can help skyrocket your concentration, improve your creative thinking, enhance your memory, and make you feel like a better version of yourself. Call and find
What
out
does
how to
that
get
mean?
a free bottle of Limitless and experience this firsthand. It's not a question of whether this powerful pill works,
Okay,
but
that's what I
how
meant,
great it can
because
make you feel.
I don't know what
Take
that
it
means
and watch
exactly.
it go to work. Limitless may be the best kept secret available today.
To find out how to get your free bottle of Limitless, call 800
Well, here's Auto Trader. How do you know your car's in service today?
1653. Get your free bottle for a limited time. Call now, 800-605-1653.
It's a good topic.
How do you calculate?
Call your local dealer. That's what it says.
Well, you get it written down, though.
Yep, that is exactly what it says.
If
you're interested in a Kia, for instance, that's what it says.
Yeah, it literally says here.
This is the Troubleshooter.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show this hour, brought to you by John Fuller, Fuller Law. He's a personal injury attorney, and since we're talking about cars, John is the king when it comes to car crashes. He basically is. He knows how to ferret out the details and find money if you're covered, if maybe an associated member of the family is covered for whoever hit you. I'm a consumer advocate, and what we do here is we endorse good people who can help you. We also solve problems. We answer questions. We take complaints. We hold people to task. And we have a lot of good topics coming up, like in-service days for warranties. You assume the day you bought it, or do you assume the year you bought it, or the year of the car? You better clarify this, because we're seeing all kinds of answers on the internet. So don't assume anything. And the same with personal injury. Don't assume anything. You may have a great case. You may not. John Fuller will answer your questions free of charge. If you're in an automobile accident, whether you're a pedestrian, driving a car, or driving a truck, or a motorcycle, John Fuller, Fuller Law, complimentary consultations, and even free phone call questions when it comes to your accident to get the real scoop and the information fast. 303-597-4500. No obligation, no cost, and you can rely on John Fuller. 303-597-4500, and you can find him on the referral list at referralist.com. So today is car day. We have a bunch of people I'll introduce in a sec, but bottom line is this. Jeff has, we never did ask Jeff the actual problem, but Jeff has a Kia under a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And Jeff, what is the problem? You never mentioned exactly what's wrong with the car.
So it's throwing a code of P0018, which leads to either an oil control valve needs to be fixed, which I already paid them to fix, and they said that might fix the problem, but the code came back, and now they're telling me the fix is to go in and fix the timing belt or the timing chain and tensioners.
Well, let me ask you something.
$5,000 repair.
Well, hold on a sec, though. You have a timing chain on that.
Yes.
So there is no replacement called for under warranty. I mean, under normal maintenance.
No, but the tensioners are bad.
No, I understand.
This code indicates that one of the camshafts is not in the right position.
Okay, so here's the whole topic came up. What is an in-service date? And we're finding out it can be quite arbitrary. I'm just going to ask Andy Barella from Colorado Springs Dodge if there is a standard in the industry. When do warranties usually begin, Andy, or is it different for each manufacturer?
No, it should be the same for every manufacturer. It might be different from state to state.
But what is the standard? What is the standard if we had to have one? The norm. What's the norm?
in Colorado, I believe, Tom, it's 500, and I was just looking.
No. I'm not asking, Andy. I'm not asking that. I'm not asking when it becomes used. I know that it's 1,400 miles, or when the dealer registers it to themselves or to someone else.
Right.
No, the question here is not when a new car becomes a used car. The question is, when does the warranty clock start ticking? Because
the in-service date.
Who determines the in-service date? Jeff is being told he's not going to be helped because even though he bought it and drove it off the lot in October, the in-service date for that car was back in April or whatever. So I'm asking, who determines that and how?
The dealer that sells it determines the date. That's when they enter what's called a new vehicle delivery report to the manufacturer.
And what does that mean? The sale of that car?
I'm sorry?
Does that mean the sale of that car?
The sale of the car, whatever date that vehicle is sold. So if I sold you a car today, Tom, I would do a new vehicle delivery report to you today, and we would start the clock.
Okay. So what nerve do they have if it's under 1,400 miles, if it only had 76 miles on it, it's not used by law, so what nerve do they have to just arbitrarily say, oh, we started that clock back in April or May or whatever because we were going to use it as a demo. They never did get to use it as a used car. I mean, usually what they mean by that is it's going to go over the 1,400. They probably accepted that it's going to go over 1,400 and eventually they're going to title it to the dealer. But it didn't. It was 76 miles. I mean, so what did they do, literally did they do, that Jeff can either verify or dispel that made it the in-service date back then? I mean, what did the dealer do?
He needs to go in and see. He needs to go in and see the general manager and see why they did a new vehicle delivery report. I mean,
exactly.
Maybe it's an error.
That's
Maybe
exactly right. I'm saying that would be jacked up if every dealer and every car had a different in-service date than the sale date. I believe he could argue for the sale date and win because that's bull crap unless a dealer, and you know this, Andy, they often, not often, but they will sometimes title a vehicle. They will register it to themselves to be used by one of the executives or to be used as a demo.
Or they just wanted to make that month look better to the manufacturer to get some more cars.
Yeah, but they know when it's titled to the dealer that it's a little different.
Right. That's correct. It has to be to a retail owner. You can't get credit for titling a car to a dealer.
And you don't get your holdback. You don't get your hold.
So in his situation, he needs an explanation. Has he been to the dealer and talked to
Okay, so let's ask about that, Jeff.
About why?
Jeff, when you went, who told you, first of all?
So I bought the vehicle down in the Springs at Dave Salon, Pete Kia. They're no longer in business.
Okay, well, that tells you right there.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it. Except the manufacturer, we can go to them. So who told you about the in-service date?
I take it to Pete Kia for all my maintenance work.
And what did Pete say?
They told me that it wasn't under warranty anymore, that the warranty ended in April, and I needed to deal with Kia Motors. I called Kia Motors.
They're right.
And Kia Motors is the one that said, I told them, I said, I don't have anything that says anything other than a new vehicle. And they're like, well, you must have another piece of paper that said your warranty started 6 months before you bought it. I'm like, I don't have anything.
Right.
Like
That's because they didn't do it right. So, Jeff, did the manufacturer at least tell you what they have to indicate the warranty started?
There's a code in their system that indicates it's a test drive vehicle.
No, but it does. I don't think it says. Well, it might, but I doubt it says test drive or demo. It's a delivery notice of some kind, either delivery to the dealer. In other words, a registration to the dealer or to a public or to someone who bought it. So we know it wasn't titled before. So if it was. Go ahead.
I have from the guy from Kia, the service advisor, printed out all the information, and there is a code on there associated with the April date. I didn't bring that piece of paper with me today, but it did.
Andy, is there such a thing as designating a car? I know there is internally, but as far as the manufacturer, you guys don't have to tell them what a car that's being used for a demo, do you?
Well, it depends. Once it gets over so many miles,
that's
to tell them because
God, I know that.
That's
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a brand new car with 0 miles on it, or 70, or 50, or 30. Why would you ever have to call a manufacturer and say this is now a test vehicle or a demo? I mean, who would ever do that? You wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
That's exactly right. The only time that would happen is when it goes over the legal limit. Then it becomes a registered vehicle.
Or it's a dealership that's out of business and they were trying to okey doke and getting something done, man.
Right.
Trying to get money from the manufacturer, trying to get something done.
They might trying to get that holdback, Andy, or they were trying to get credit for a sale.
But here again, it wouldn't make any sense to title it to the dealer. Now, they may have had every reason to. They were probably going to put it in some kind of a. There's such a thing with us that's called a DRAC, a dealer rent-a-car. They're titled. There's a number of different reasons that a dealer could title a car.
Right.
However, the reason that happened can only be explained by the dealer that did it.
Right.
And that's why he's at a little bit of a disadvantage because Dave Solon, he's right.
But I think if he can prove there was never, including the dealer in this chain, never another owner. He was the only owner. I think he has a really good argument for making this under warranty.
Well, they're telling him that he signed something acknowledging that.
No, they said they suspect that.
When I talked with them on the phone, they said there's another document. I can't remember the name of it.
They didn't say they see that document. They don't have a copy of that, Mark. They said there must be another document. Isn't that what they said?
Right.
Yeah. Well, there isn't. So guess what? I think the burden is on them. I don't know how else to put it. I would sue them. I would sue them in small claims court in Colorado, and I would sue them for the cost, and I think you're going to win.
And what's the limit?
Mark can tell you some of the ways to get them served and stuff.
Okay.
I wouldn't stand for this. Thank you, by the way, Andy Burrell at Colorado Springs Dodge, a really good dealership. But this is a very interesting topic. Don't let them tell you about in-service dates. It should be the day you buy it, or if it's a used car, it's the day the car was registered. Now, by the way, this has happened in another weird way. We've had complaints, Mark. You remember that the guy bought a 5-year warranty, and the car was used. So he assumes it's 5 years from the date he drove it away. Guess what? It went back to the in-service date. So immediately 3 years of that 5-year warranty had been used up the day he bought it. How stupid is that? In small print it said in-service date.
Can you imagine if he bought a 3-year warranty, he would have literally bought no warranty.
Oh my God, I just thought of that. Art of Granite is the art of doing things right. Art of Granite is Mitch Floria, his heart and soul. Art of Granite is a place that charges for one thing only, the fabrication and installation of a counter. The wholesale, he doesn't charge over wholesale for the materials. He doesn't charge for doing the bathroom when you do the kitchen at the same time, and he doesn't charge for tear out and haul away. And because he knows what it takes to fabricate and install, he can give you a price on the phone. Isn't that great? If you're shopping around, he's not going to screw around with you and make you have a long meeting out in the showroom in Golden. You want to go out there for your custom edges, sinks, countertops, and all that? Of course, yes, pick your granite, but he will tell you a rough price on the phone. When I say rough, I mean within $100 or so. This guy is pretty good, as long as you stick with the material you said, and that is a deal. artofgranite.net, 303-386-5919. Get your price, 303-386-5919.
This report is brought to you by your local Ford store.
It's a bit of a slow drive downtown. There was an earlier wreck northbound I-25 after Colfax. That crash is still being cleared. Still residual backups to Downing there. So pack your patience if you got to travel downtown. It's Friday, the middle of the day, so there's nothing really out of the ordinary there. Crash off highway being cleared at 26th in Colorado as well, so watch out for police on the scene. The weather forecast, mostly sunny today, a cool high of 77. Tonight, partly cloudy in the overnight hours, a low around 52. Tomorrow, sunny again, a bit warmer with a high near 83. Right now, a few clouds above in Denver, and we're sitting at 65. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
All-wheel drive isn't all you get with a new Ford SUV. You'll get features that keep you safe and versatility you need for Colorado. Now get big cash back, low APR financing, or amazing lease offers on the official SUVs of the Denver Broncos. Ford, go further.
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible disease. If you were
someone you know is
what I'm saying?
alcohol.
What's that?
When you Google that,
They delivered the car to somebody, and their financing didn't go through, and they brought it back. So they put it in the service station because they actually.
I don't think that happens.
Send somebody off the lot, though. You know how they do with waiting financing, and then they'll get it or something?
If you Google that, when does it start? There's an auto buy tell website that has a really good write-up on it. And they give two examples. The one is a demo car, where they'll report to the manufacturer that it's in service. So that, you know, if they got a demo car and suddenly they need to warranty it for some reason, why? Well, because they were test driving it. So they need to show it probably in service so they can file warranties.
What if it's a return?
That could probably be a similar thing on a Ford. And then they also say that some dealers will do it to get the incentives. Like they're 3 cars away from that month.
From that pyramid or wherever.
You know?
That waterfall.
We sell 3 more cars, we get $100,000. Then of course they're going to run those 3 cars.
Right, but what they do is they, I know what they do because I've seen them do it. They literally sell them to a staff member, an employee. They can't just call and say it's sold. They can't. There's too much paperwork because that triggers a holdback.
Yeah, but we're forgetting this dealer went out of business.
No,
we
I
don't
know
know
that.
what.
So they probably cheated, but you can't. It's not a phone call, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because they have to literally file some paperwork because it goes into something additional, which is a floor plan, and a floor plan must be paid off for each unit sold. It's got to be paid down, and it's called being out of trust. So the manufacturers usually carry the floor plan. And if you just call the manufacturer and say, oh, by the way, this is consider this sold, well, your floor plan people will be up your ass because you'll be out of trust for not having the appropriate pay down on the principals. Absolutely, they do. They do audits.
That's their equity.
Yeah, but once again, though, we're talking about a
What if they're 2 cars away and the bonus is $100,000 and the payoff for the 2 cars is $40,000?
I'm telling you, they manipulate by selling it to an employee. They might even give the employee money to buy it. It doesn't matter, but it's not a phone call. They don't just say, oh, by the way, you can consider this one sold. No, sorry.
And how do they get away with not titling it once it's sold in there? Because like a demo, you don't
They have to title.
You do? Okay.
Yes,
So it had to be
that's what I'm
titled.
saying. It's more than a phone call. You must title the vehicle for it to be an in-service state. It can't be
Well,
just...
apparently not, because his has only been titled to him.
Right.
Right, but here's the deal. They lied somehow to the dealer. They lied to him. They might have backdated his sale. I don't know. All I know is they lied to him. They cheated. They did something to cheat.
These are offered through Tucker Asset Management. You know, it's severe storm season this year, and that's why you're the cheaters.
Oh, yeah. What if
You know, if they use that, Tom, even if they want to use that as a demo, and they call the dealer, if they call the manufacturer and use that as a dealer, it'd be stupid to do that before they have to. But if they do that, that line of credit must be paid down by that amount. It is no longer the floor plan. They can't floor plan.
Well, depending on what their deal is with the financing.
What if they
They
just
all
paid
do
it
that.
down?
They absolutely you can't. If you title that, you cannot have it on.
No. What I'm saying though is it probably takes 15 days for their financing or whatever the time.
They can flow.
Well, it was months different.
You've got to be in bad shape to play fucking games like that. Seriously,
That's what I was
if
just
you have to
thinking.
play games like that, man, you're in trouble.
And they probably were because they're out of business.
Here they did it for 6 months.
Kia dealership
I
is
wonder-
pretty
I
strong.
wonder-
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joe Lazzara is an attorney that we talk about on Car Day because it deals with DUIs. We were just talking about marijuana and how difficult it is. Tom and I and some others in the studio were talking about how there is no real legal definition except you're intoxicated or under the influence. It's very difficult. You should not smoke and drive because you can get in trouble and it's very hard to defend. It's also hard to prove on their part, but you don't even want to get into that mess. So with any substance, you should have designated drivers, Uber or Lyft or a designated driver. Joe Lazzara is there to help you with these cases. He's not going to preach to you like I just did. He's going to help you through the system, even if you want to plead guilty and throw yourself at the mercy of the courts, as they say. You still need an attorney to get through that system, and that's Joe Lazzara. Lazzara legal.com, and he's on my referral list at referrallist.com. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Jim, welcome to the show. What's going on with you, Jim?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I've got a quick question for you about filing a small claims lawsuit.
Yeah.
I have a situation, I'm a subcontractor, and I have a situation with a general contractor that there were 4 invoices. So this is a total of 4 invoices.
From you?
One in, pardon me?
From you?
Yeah, from me to him.
Yeah.
One in July, and I'll be real quick about this. He wrote me a check for an invoice in July, and he wrote me a check for an invoice in early August.
When were the invoices? When were the invoices in general?
The first invoice I sent him was on the 10th of July, and the second one was on or about the 20th of August.
So it sounds like he's paying them in order when he does pay them.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been paying
All
in
right.
order. Now, however,
so you have 2 outstanding. You have 2 outstanding right now, from what you're telling me.
I sent him those 2 invoices. He wrote me 2 checks for those
Gotcha.
invoices. They bounced.
Oh, they bounced. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Now
gotcha.
I have, and I'm having a hard time getting the money out of it.
And then you
because
sent
once
2
they
others in addition to those, right?
That's correct.
Now, were
Yes.
they 2 others to re-invoice this, or 2 new ones?
2 new ones.
Okay.
I didn't know at the time that this was going to happen.
And when were they sent? The 2 new invoices?
The 2 new invoices were sent the 20th of August and the 10th. I'm sorry, the 10th of August and the 20th of August.
That sounds weird to you. So now what you're telling me is you sent 1 on July 10th, and you sent 2 on July 20th, and 2 on August 20th, and 1 on August 10th.
The way his pay periods worked is you need to bill
Jim, if you could just do me a favor, because I swear to God, you might think I'm nuts, but there's a reason I'm asking, because there's a strategy we use. I just need to know this. You don't get, not even exact dates. You sent an invoice in July. You sent 1 in August. When did you send the other 2? Did you send the other 2 in August as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So you sent 1 in July and 3 in August. None of them have been paid, right?
That's
okay.
Well, the first 2 were paid.
They were bounced. They were not paid. They weren't. Is that right?
Correct.
They were not paid. Okay.
That's
so
correct.
you need to start thinking about leaning.
Okay.
Because that lien
I've
rights are very
already started that.
strong. What kind of work did you do?
That. Well, I'm a carpenter by trade.
Okay.
And I was doing carpentry and management work for him.
Can you lien a property? Is there an actual property? Well, you should.
Okay.
That's the first, and I mean, you should get an attorney and put liens. Liens are strong, especially if it's a new project.
Okay. Now, what about, this is basically...
And another thing. Hold on. The bounce checks themselves is a violation of law. You can go to the police or the DA. You can also sue for treble damages.
Not in small claims, most likely.
What do you mean? Because of the amount?
Well, it's punitive. It's a punishment. Most time in small claims, you're not going to be able to do a punishment or a punitive.
But the DA would help him in small claims if he won that case.
I think that if you go, you only get 1 bite at the apple. And I'm not sure if treble is considered punitive if the amount is prescribed, because people do sue for treble damages in small claims court all the time for labor disputes, and they get them. So it must be allowed under certain circumstances. What those circumstances are, I don't know. It might only be for labor. But whatever it is, you have some strong rights here, Jim, and I would go to a collection attorney.
Yeah, but you already said what he needs to do. He just needs to lien it.
How much did you do? What do they all add up to?
Well, they all add up to $6,979.92.
Okay. So
that is not.
Go ahead.
That does not include tripling the amount of the 2 outstanding.
I understand that. Now, would you like?
You couldn't do that in small claims court anyhow.
I don't know if he can. Like I said, you can do it for employment reasons. I don't know if you.
No. I'm saying even if it goes beyond the $7,500, it's allowed.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No.
So listen, man, Jim. Bottom line is this. Mark is right. There's a $7,500 limit no matter what in small claims court. So it doesn't matter if you can sue for trouble or not. You get a limit of $7,500. Here's what I want to know. But what I do believe you can do, I do believe you can bring an action for each invoice separately. That's what I think you can do.
Well, they told me at small claims I could file 2 separate claims.
Did you hear what I
One
just
for
said?
triple damages.
I just said that. You can take separate bites of the apple.
Right.
But
Okay,
Jim,
so now,
why did you call? Because it seems like you're a smart guy and you have the answers. What were you hoping we could do for you?
I need some reassurances on this. And the other question I had is...
I'm reassuring you, Jim.
You need to lean it, though. You're still going to end up suing them when you lean it, but you need to lean it.
Yeah.
And the reason why
your
Tom
time
asked the
runs
dates,
out.
yeah, you have time limit, so you need to do it fast.
Yeah, August.
Yeah, okay.
Please do your liens, and I would go to an attorney to do the liens.
Okay.
And so
I can do that.
And he can tack on his charges.
Right.
But make sure they have the ability to pay. That's the other thing.
That's the thing. I was just going to say this. If they do have the ability to pay, if they are a big client, or if there's equity in the project, you might be able to get an attorney to do it and sue for his own fees on top of it for contingency. Seriously, you might be able to do that. So it's all according to how strong they are. So let's ask you, how strong are they?
They're pretty strong.
Like, who are they?
I'm not concerned about that.
Who are they?
Well, I'd rather not say at this point.
Okay.
I'm
all
still in the beginning of all this.
All right.
Well,
you call us if you need further help. Thank you. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. I'm just hoping he does get some help there. Frank Duran, the real estate man. If you're buying or selling real estate, you won't do better than Frank. Frank has put contracts up to the top of the list because of how they're written and the offers. He also knows how to accept offers and what offers not to accept if you're selling. He doesn't want you to take that. If you ever have a property on the market and then you take it off and it's contract pending, then it goes back on the market, it's a very big weakness. So please evaluate those offers carefully. Frank knows how to do it. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. So let's talk to Brent Ivinson, because when we talk about real estate, let's face it, we're talking about loans. Brent, you have the custom term mortgage. This is what I say. Ideal means ideal for you. So how does the custom term work?
Well, the great thing is gone are the days where you need to pick from the standard term mortgages, your 10-year, your 15, your 20, and your 30-year mortgage, because what we're finding more and more going forward on the buying and the refinancing side, that those terms don't work. You know, for example, if you're somebody who's been in your home for 12 years, you may not necessarily be able to afford to go to that shorter 15-year mortgage. You're looking for more of an 18-year term, and with our custom term mortgage, we can give you that. What we're seeing on the buying side is we have these empty nesters who are buying other properties. They're strategically picking terms that will have that new property paid off when they retire so that they don't have a house payment, and our custom term mortgage is helping a lot of them accommodate that need.
IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000, 867-7000. And when we're talking about loans, there's another kind of loan. Of course, it's not a conventional loan. It's only for a few people. If you're 62 or older and have equity and want to live on the equity, it's for those who don't want to leave all that equity, because it will eat up equity. But here's the bottom line. It's great for some, not good for others. And approval reverse mortgage are the people that will tell you the truth. They're not going to sell you a bill of goods if it doesn't work for you. 303-771-3528. 771-3528. ApprovalReverse.com.
I think you can do triple damage if they can for recovering your deposit.
For employment too, you're right.
Well, your deposit,
yep,
if they don't
landlords,
send
they allow it, landlord tenant.
Yeah.
In fact, what does that got to do with the $7,500?
It doesn't have to do with it,
Mark. You said you can't sue for punitive. You're right. But you can sue for statutory things. I think you can't just go in and say, Your Honor.
But trouble is punitive. You're saying it's a different thing?
Yes.
Okay,
It's allowed. It's allowed in small claims court if it's prescribed by law. You can't go in and say, you know, that my friend has owed me $500 for 2 years. I think you should punish him. I'm suing for triple. He'd say, where is that allowed? It's not allowed. So that's what he means by punitive. In personal injury cases, you can arbitrarily sue for treble. You can't do that in small claims court, but you can sue what's prescribed by law. And what's prescribed by law are treble damages for tenant landlord and treble damages for employment and whatever else, and for bad checks.
18405 or anything.
But it's still subject to the limit of 7,500.
Yes.
And stop quoting fucking statutes. That's something we don't do.
Okay.
And waterproof floors, then relax. And
Anyway.
professional installers get it done. With Lumber
It is prescribed in the
You'll get
statute.
an in-home assessment and professional installation that's covered.
Hey, Mark, in small claims court, if you're owed 10,000
So you can get
in
started
small claims
today.
court,
We'll be with
can you go in there and say, it strictly says 10,000, can you go for 7,500? Can you go, so you can go, okay.
Well, you're not suing them for 10,000. You're suing them for 7,000.
Right, I just didn't know if you could do a part of it.
But you know what, Dan? These things are the small claims court is county court. To just transfer it into county court is the same form.
The only thing is now you open up that they can have lawyers.
They can have an attorney.
So, and that's now it's no longer easy, as we know.
And it's time for your
It's a
legal
slam dunk, like an invoice that wasn't paid.
Listen to their show.
Well, even then, how do you gotta get your evidence? Yeah, that's why, if you got anything, how do you get your evidence in there?
Today we're talking about
It's
drunk
still
drivers and punitive
the lax rules of evidence in county court.
By the way,
That
Oh,
district
okay,
court,
it's that district court
the
where
district court
really
is just by you. Yes, you have to have.
they're there to
You
punish
can't just bring
the
paperwork in. You have to have somebody
intentional,
testify to it.
reckless, wrongful, wanton acts. Drunk driving is one of those reckless
And that
acts.
one statute
You can
does
obtain
that. So
punitive
Tom is the one
damages
that
against
prescribes
drunk
which
drivers,
things you
and that
can,
puts
which you can
additional
get trouble
legal,
damages for.
legitimate pressure on
It
the
does
insurance
have to be
company for the
prescribed,
drunk
like you say.
driver to
It's
pay
in the
you your
statute.
complete, legitimate money for your
I've had an
injuries and
attorney who's been
damages and
sending me
losses.
stuff
Do
about
not
this
let them get
over
away
and
with
over
it.
and
Make
over
sure
about
you can
this
prove the
damage
driver
stuff.
was drunk. Call the police. Bell and Pollock, champions of the people.
Yeah, the triple damage
will
on
help.
checks seems to be pretty good.
Find them online at
I gotta get somebody to smoke.
championofthepeople.com.
Really, what it ends up is if there's some criminal part of what happened, like a bad check,
Hey guys, it's
triple
Ross
damages,
Kaminsky from my friends
or
at
it's
American
prescribed.
Financing. And I'm here to remind you
But
that
like when the people take money for a job and never show up,
think of it this way.
then
The
that's
lower
theft.
interest rate
So there's a
means
criminal
lower monthly bill
component to
payments,
that.
and mortgage
Then they
interest
can go
rates
for
are
triple
far more
damages.
competitive.
That's what
than
this
a
attorney
student loan
is saying.
card rate. We're talking rates in the low single
He's been telling
digits
me.
versus rates in the high double
And that makes sense.
Why wouldn't you consolidate that high interest debt by refinancing your mortgage? You'll speak with a salary-based mortgage consultant.
You know, I keep
Is
this
that
thing.
is that your sound effects?
Yeah, I keep this thing called Master List, which whenever something comes up I think is of note, I put it down on this list.
In as fast as 10 days, and
It's just
being able to
amazing,
postpone
you know,
up
some
to
of the
60
issues.
days of mortgage payments. Get in touch with American
In-service date, that's a...
That is a new one I just had. See, it always amazes me when there's something new, because very seldom do I even open this list up.
Funny that that hadn't come up before.
I've never heard of that. I've been in the business for a while.
And it's amazing, they don't have to put that in some type of paperwork. They don't have to put it in any of your paperwork, right? That's where, you understand? And they can just say, well, unless you
I don't
ask
think
them.
there's any law governing it.
We're right, then that's, and then they can even lie to you.
What would stop them from saying, we took delivery of this car last year, and you buy a leftover, you buy a factory leftover, you know, it's a 2017, you buy brand new. How many people have done that? You buy it brand new in 2018.
Right.
That's what I'm still trying to wrap my head around. He bought this brand new, but they listed it 4 months earlier. Right, where, did he see it on the lot? Did they have a special sale?
It was damn near,
to the lot?
you know,
It was 6 months.
I don't.
It was April to October.
Yeah. So was it off the lot for 5 months and they brought it back for a special sale, or how did this guy say I want to buy it? I don't understand.
Maybe they had it seriously discounted because of that.
That would make sense.
But it only had 76 miles on it, guys.
I still think it's a return.
Return. Century RV, today's car day, CenturyRV.com.
They sell new and used RVs, and they have a service department up north. Yep, at the 119 turnoff to Longmont and I-25, not far from our friends at Hands On Auto Tech. Anyway, Century RV is up there. They have a service department and new and used. And then out east, west, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. That's CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111. They have a fantastic Labor Day sale going on right now, below wholesale prices on some of their Cougar units. And and some new units are brand new, around 10 grand, brand spanking new. whether you want a fifth wheel, a trailer, a motorhome. That's 303-453-1111. So let's talk. We have an update from our failure to launch kid, Patrick. Without going into a big story, we've been following him along. He's had one failure after another, really, and most of them were his fault. He's gotten into some jams we got him out of, buying cars and stuff. And then he went through this personal injury thing, which is another story. Mark just rolled his eyes. But really, Patrick is trying. And he likes being held accountable, so that's why he calls us. And he went to Job Corps, and it's a place he could live and be trained. And he was just finishing up his training and going for his first week of work the last time we talked to him. So, Patrick, how are things going right now, sir?
Just finished second week classes.
Okay. Well, okay. I thought you
just finished my second class, I should say.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were actually working now. So you're still doing the classes. Are you working during the classes?
So the classes actually teach me the skills needed to go into manufacturing.
Okay. So how are the classes? Are they practical? Are they hands-on? What?
They are very practical and hands-on.
And you're learning, and you like it.
Yes.
Good stuff. And you're in your second week, and you live there and have meals there. This is a great program. Now, how is this paid for, this program?
It's through the Department of Labor.
You know, I don't know if a lot of people know about this. How did you find out about Job Corps?
Some internet research.
Well, I got to hand it to you. That's pretty darn good. Stay in touch with us, Patrick.
Will do.
And Mark said there's going to be a bonus for you if you finish. I forget what you said it was, but what was it, 500,000?
You offered another bonus?
No, I'm just kidding him. I'm just kidding him. Don't. Come on. Let's talk to Carolyn. Now, Carolyn's calling about a budget transmission place. This is not Budget A1.
That is correct, Tom.
Transmission and Auto Repair, who is on our referral list. I want to make that clear. They're not part of that. You know, this place has been around a while called Budget Transmission. What's going on, Carolyn?
Hi. So I was referred by my mechanic to go here when I had a transmission issue. And so far I've had 2 new transmissions. They did some axle work while they were replacing the transmission.
Now, this was under warranty when you say 2 new ones?
No, the first one was not. So I paid for the first one.
Yeah, that was so the normal, you had a bad transmission and and you bought a rebuilt one.
Well, they told me it was a new one.
Okay, so Carolyn, how much was that transmission?
I paid $4,700.
That could have been new, right? Jeff at Kimmer Transmission, could that have been new?
Well, most likely it was refurbished or rebuilt from someplace. Most of the time, even if you go to the dealerships, those are not new units.
Okay, so 40, but you know it's new for all practical purposes.
Yes.
Okay, so when was this first tranny put in for 47?
This was like at the end of July.
Okay, then what happened? You got a second one when?
So I had driven the car for about a week after I got that one, and then it started failing. It was doing something different, though.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was having different symptoms.
Yeah.
It was not the same as the first time, and so I took it back in. They said that it was the transmission, that the transmission must have been faulty.
But the important part is this. They replaced it.
They did.
And when was that?
That was in the beginning of August.
Okay, so now what's going on?
So now I got that back, and I started driving it after that, and I had the exact same symptoms happening.
Oh, no. Are you kidding?
No. So I took it back, and this time they're saying it's the transfer case, not the transmission.
So they're saying it's on you.
Well, they replaced the transfer case.
Wait.
And then I paid them another $1,500.
That's what I meant. So
yeah,
you spent $4,700 plus $1,500.
Right.
Okay. Now
got it back with the transfer with the new transfer case.
Now what?
Now this one was a used transfer case. They did tell me they bought a used part. Now I get the car back, and the same day that I get it back, it's doing the same thing.
Are you
so
kidding
ever
me?
since the second
God, this sucks.
Yeah. So same symptoms. So I take it back in, and they do an engine tune-up. They say now it's the engine. He said it was a cylinder 2 misfire. So they did a tune-up. He didn't charge me for that.
Yeah. So right now, Carolyn, where's your car?
Right now, my husband took it back to our original mechanic.
Right.
And he had to limp it there. So now the engine light's on. The check engine light was
Yeah,
never
but
on.
hold on. But we can't. I'm not saying that they didn't do you good or didn't do you. Maybe they did you a disservice. But we can't maybe blame everything on them. Let's take this. Let's analyze the car. How old is it?
It's 2007 and it has 150,000 miles. I totally get that.
Okay. But you do understand it could have problems not related to them.
It could, yeah. I've paid over $6,000 and I still have a broken car.
What you should have for your 6 is a transfer case and a transmission. They should nothing to do with anything else. That's all you should have. I mean, I know a lot of people do look at the total they spent, and then they look at their whole car. But you have to look at the total you spent for what you spent it on, not for your whole car. So that's the part we have to concentrate on. Did you get your money's worth for the tranny and for the transfer case? Will your mechanic, do you trust him enough? Will he be able to tell you that?
I hope so.
Okay.
My concern is, since I'm having the exact same symptoms...
Yeah, did you ever need it to begin with?
Did I need the transfer case? Was the second transmission, which obviously I didn't pay for the second one.
Did you even need the first transmission?
Exactly.
I mean, we don't know, but it's too late to go back now. Here's the deal. Let's just call the first transmission water under the bridge, and let's face it, 150,000 miles, you could very well need a transmission, right, Jeff?
Most definitely.
Okay, so if you
and those symptoms are different.
So if your $4,700, here's what I would do if you want us to take it. I would have someone check your tranny and then say, okay, let's put that behind us. If it's done and it's good, fine. If it's not, then we make a list of what needs to be done under warranty. The second thing is the used transfer case, have it checked, and see what that is. Any new problems, the only thing I would want checked is any new problem that was caused by the previous work. If it's not, move on. You see? So that's what we have to do. I don't know if your mechanic has the skill to do that, but that's what I would do. We have specialists who would be able to tell you to a certainty any of that information. So, so after you get your report from your mechanic, call us back and tell us what you want us to do. Seriously, Carolyn, unless there was something specific you called about today. I need to take this quick break. If there is, I'm happy to talk to you about it. Simply Floors, Inc. means Simply Savings. If you're looking for floor coverings, Simply Floors, Inc. Why would you go to a big box when you know just going to simplyfloorsinc.com, making your own appointment, you will save 10 to 30 to 40%, hands down. You will never pay more. You will always pay less. So why would you not check out simplyfloorsinc.com? They're at 52nd and Ward, southwest corner, but again, just go and make your own appointment. And that is at simplyfloorsinc.com.
I wrote my bills the other night and put them in my mailbox, and somebody came and stole them.
What? Is that true? Because I thought you were listening to us the other day. We had this discussion.
No, somebody stole them. I put them in at 6:30 at night, went home.
Did you put them in as checks?
Put them in checks.
So
checks.
they can't do anything about it.
He took the numbers off the bottom of the checks and went to Staples and bought a $50 do it at home, make your own check package. He scanned the logo and all the information off my checks and put them on his printed out check and then wrote himself a check. $1,200.
Did he get it?
The bank called me. The bank
Yeah,
called
our
me.
fucking bank did.
The bank called me because they go, "Did you write this smart guy a check?" And I said, "Heck no, I didn't write a check." And I told him there, hold his ID, so they got his ID and his license plate. Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's water under the bridge. The nightmare is, I had to redo all my credit cards, I had to get a new business checking account.
We had a parts guy for our check, our business check. We gave a parts guy a check because we didn't have an account with this guy. We never used him. They took the check.
Yeah.
Pulled $10,000 out of Wells Fargo.
Really?
Our Wells Fargo bank.
You
We
got it
shut
back
that
then,
account that day. Yeah, but come on, I've been doing business with Wells Fargo for how long? You don't even have the decency to look into what's going on with this guy taking $10,000 out for himself. Come on, man.
Was it one check or was he doing it over and over again?
One check.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah, we shut that account out and got a local bank.
What's the idea? There's a service I have that you have that watches over your stuff.
Like identity fraud.
Yeah.
Credit though.
The wife.
Oh, this was a check.
No, she has all that stuff.
My wife keeps hoping my credit card does get stolen. She says the thief will spend less than me.
Yeah, I've cracked that joke 50 times.
Remember, Dan?
How about if the customer?
That was my previous one.
How about if someone hacked your email? Okay, they hacked your email, and the customer, you send from your email, you send the customer, hey, wire the money to us so you can pick up your car. And that customer wires the money, but of course it's not to you.
Yeah.
So whose fault is it?
Probably mine for not securing the email.
I fucking agree 100%.
Not securing the email password.
I agree 100%.
Okay, I had a question on that. If they hacked into hers, wouldn't she have that in her her emails?
If it was like Gmail, sure she would. Unless they deleted it. You can delete and then delete from your trash, then it's gone forever.
That wire the money
She
thing.
send
is
anything
the
to
biggest
you?
scam.
Because I asked her to send those emails and stuff to me, and I've never received anything from her.
No, I haven't sent anything.
Still hasn't. I called her back again. Still hasn't sent anything. I'm starting to worry now what's in there that she doesn't know. Why she's not forwarding.
With the worst website.
Real quick, Tom, I left Budget Transmission a message. He's calling me back. In the meantime, I didn't hear how you guys left it with her, and she hung up.
There's nothing. I told her that she needs to get her guy to tell us what's going on. She's having it analyzed.
So she's getting a second opinion.
Oh yeah, and then I told her to call us back.
Because it may not be related to the transmission with the check engine light on.
Do you want to talk to him at all or no?
If he wants to talk to us, I think he does.
I
still don't know the year, make, and model of this car.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 2007.
I got 2007, 150K.
Yep, that's what I got.
So Renault Alliance.
Murano?
In 2007, that'd be pretty impressive.
I would think it was a Nissan. That's what I was going to ask her because the transmission, they do have problems.
It's a Saturn Aurora.
Yeah. And you put one in and it fails.
I had a guy, I worked at the Nissan dealer for a little bit, and I had a tech who diagnosed it as a transmission. I pulled it in, I'm like, this feels like a transfer case to me, but I was the new guy. So I'm like, all right, I'll put the transmission in the storage. Shit, it was a key case. So I think for some reason people call them as transmissions in their key cases. That'd be my guess. That's very short.
So many problems with these CVTs.
He's gonna get blue.
Yeah.
More and more of the stuff.
I was going to say it's still available now outside of Nissan.
If you were on that board of directors, the number one thing you want right now is that man gone.
No, what I'm saying is a lot of people bought that.
There's going to be a lot of road blue cars out there in the surplus.
Let's talk.
Third one. I mean, they've been except for warranty.
Elon Musk.
He's a fucking nut.
He's mentally ill.
He's done too much acid. Once you do 100 hits, you're
He went over the 100 hits.
I stopped at 99.
Fix it 24/7.
Has a deal for you. You can get an expert to your home for $39, and they will find the problem, whether it's plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. But here's the best part: if they find it, well, they will find it. When they find it, if you have the work done, you don't pay the $39. Plus, you get a $77 discount. Now, they also, of course, if you want to shop, will give you a full written diagnostic for just the $39. There's no lose situation. And by the way, if you do have the work done, it's never better. Never more service at the same price. Never better service at the same price. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. That's beyond question. Fix it 24/7. FixMyHome.com. FixMyHome.com. 303-526 3939. 720-526-3939. I always want to say the wrong one. It's 720-526-3939. So we have Gary. We appreciate that, owner of Budget Transmission on. We love when businesses give their side of the story. And really, this is a very simple one, to explain to Gary. Hi, Gary. Thank you.
Hi.
Carolyn said somewhere in July, she had a transmission done for $4,700, and then it failed, and you put another one in under warranty, no question. We appreciate that. That sounds pretty cool. But then she said she had other problems, which were which were traced to a transfer case, and then you did a transfer case for her for $1,500. Here's her main question, okay? She's got $6,200 in this car, and she feels like the problems were never really fixed, and there might even be more problems as a result. Now, I understand you can't take responsibility for a 150,000-mile car for everything, but she has concerns.
Correct. Yes, sir. When the car, it was a, first let me start, it was a referral from one of my big account, wholesale accounts, Plumbers Automotive.
Yes.
Do a lot of business back and forth. We try and take care of each other's customers. Needless to say, they brought it in. These are CVT transmissions. I can rebuild them, but once they reach a certain point with the pulleys, it's cheaper to just buy one from Nissan. And that's actually what we did. This is an actual factory rebuilt transmission from Nissan. I did not touch it. The warranty is through Nissan 100%. The labor is covered by me.
Okay.
So that's what we did. We installed the transmission for them. It took them about they thought they had an extended warranty. It turns out they didn't. That took them about a week to figure out there. Needless to say, installed it. They came, picked it up, and she drove it to Omaha, I believe she said, and then to, I want to say Casper, somewhere in Wyoming. At any rate, said it was working fine, but on her way back, once she got back into town, it was shuddering and had some issues.
Is this where we're going with the transfer case?
This was for the transmission initially.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but we don't need to go. I mean, we're not questioning whether it needed a transmission. We're not even there. Oh, here's the only deal. She says after spending $6,200, it feels like she has the same problems. That's really all we're talking about.
Tom, yesterday Wednesday, I believe it was, I went on a test drive with her. I wanted to make sure we were on the same page.
Sure.
Her story changed. We were at a stoplight here on Smoky Hill, and we were at a complete dead stop and in traffic, and she said, "You feel that?" And I said, "Yep, I do. That's your engine." And I put it in writing, even notified him, "Hey, your tires are almost bald. Your engine is sputtering. It runs very rough." I told him 3 times the engine is running rough. Needless to say, I ended up doing a complete, well, I shouldn't say complete. I did spark plugs and boots and an alignment because she said that it was pulling to the right. Well, us having the frame off is a possibility, even though it turned out it was perfectly aligned. The tire it had a slow leak. It only had 12 pounds of air. So we aired it up, did the alignment, didn't charge her a penny for any of that.
Okay, so So what do you think? What do you think's going on?
The car definitely has some miles on it. It's got other engine issues for sure.
So it's not something you caused, is what you're saying?
No, and I can read to you off of the invoice that I gave her.
You don't have to. I mean, Gary,
take it to Plumbers Automotive, who they trust, and they have been doing all their maintenance.
That's what they're going to do.
And it's there. I've already talked to them.
And that's what I told her. I told her what she needs to do is first verify that she got what she paid for, which was the transmission, and then verify that the transfer case was done and that they were done properly. And then if any of the other problems can be traced to what you did, then that's one thing. And if they can't, she's just got to accept that she has an older car.
Yep. And I put it in writing that I will cover 100% parts and labor if any of this is caused by something we did.
You can't ask for anything better than that, sir. Thank you, Gary. Gary Eversole, owner of Budget Transmission on Colfax. We appreciate him coming on. Thank you. Judy, what's happening with you, Judy?
Yes, Tom. I just need some advice, possibly a lawyer's name, in Jefferson County. I have filed 2 times for interrogatories to be filled out by a deadbeat dad that I have a $30,000 judgment against. 2 times the court has turned it down for whatever reasons. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing wrong or whatever.
Wait, the judge has turned it down?
Well, you know, you turn it in at the desk or whatever, and then of course, it takes months for the judge to look at it, get it back to you, and then they send you back something. This last time, they did send back something explaining that some form. I don't know.
I'm not sure what you're calling us about. You want to know how to do interrogatories?
Nope. I would love to have a lawyer that can help me do it correctly.
We have someone who can help you. let's just.
And it's,
how about Mark?
Yeah.
Mark Kranak. You can. We have an attorney that would school you on this, and you just pay him by the hour, and he'll do it, or he might prepare them for you. He'll do a la carte services. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, thank you. I would love to have his.
All right, hold on. Today is the day you break the stranglehold of a.
No. Oh, maybe Bonnie. Maybe Bonnie. They said it was the deadbeat dad. Maybe Bonnie. Give her Bonnie Shields who said it was a deadbeat dad thing.
That's
I haven't had another return to do forever.
Not eat your shrimp?
I didn't eat shit yesterday.
You didn't eat last night?
I ate a little bit.
designed to help reduce
You know what I like?
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Skip your shrimp and eat some breakfast.
Call today for
I
like Korean
breakfast. I gotta have a shake every morning.
Let me tell you, you quit doing it, and all of a sudden, breakfast is not a big deal.
Hey, I get your day started for you, you know?
You who started that? General Mills.
I don't know. All I know is I eat my shake every morning. I'm great.
You get a shake?
Chocolate.
Chocolate shake with whipped cream and a couple chocolate chips on there.
And a cup of sugar.
Urging people to use the midterm
That's your raisin bran, right? Corn sugar all over the top of it, right?
The raisin bran is a lot of sugar.
Lisa, the former president's
They all do.
the University of Illinois and Urbana
There's not one sugar there's not one cereal I can think of that doesn't have a shitload of sugar in it.
Not the cause
Name one.
and polarization
Oh,
in
yeah,
the U.S.
some of those
Mark says Mr. Obama kicks
granola,
off a series
oatmeal.
of campaign stops.
Are you fucking kidding? That's
Oatmeal.
carbs.
Oatmeal? Because carbs is not sugar.
What do you fucking think carbs are?
Sugar is
I don't even know
carbs.
how to answer that.
Sugar is carbs. Carbs are not sugar.
Okay. Jesus, I can't believe you, of all people, don't know that. So, let me guess, spaghetti.
Fargo. He told reporters that
What does it turn into? Fucking sugar. Bread. What's it turn into? Fucking sugar.
Hey, they make sugar-free bread now.
Oh, God.
I'm serious.
They don't make it. What, some kind of cauliflower fucking bread? Like my wife bringing home some goddamn cauliflower pizza crust, like I'm gonna eat that shit. I just eat the toppings. I don't even miss the bread.
There's the good carbs. It's simple. You're talking the complex ones.
They're all the fucking same. They all break down into sugar. Every one of them.
They have to.
That's why I find it so
They
funny
absorb
that
it.
different bread is sugar-free.
It doesn't fucking matter. They all turn into pure
You know, all the
sugar.
fads with the different waters. I like the one I saw the other day that was hydrogen-infused water.
We watched this.
Hydrogen-infused water. How the fuck do you do it?
We watched this show, and the lady was selling raw water. She was bottling her own raw water right out of the river behind her house. It was
I like some
disgusting.
dihydrogen oxide.
Would you please explain to fucking Dan
no.
how bread and pasta is sugar?
They're
Because
sugars, but they're different types.
they're
of sugar.
different. Explain to them how they're different types.
There's no. Do you know what the difference between simple and complex is?
How long it takes them to absorb?
No, that's not.
This is right here.
Here's what it is. Simple is sugar out here. Complex is sugar once you chew it. It doesn't have to convert. It has to convert to sugar. So the only difference in time of absorption is the time it takes to chew it down. So once it gets to your stomach, it absorbs exactly the same as white sugar.
Duh. He doesn't. He really doesn't get it.
One great thing about science, there are no fucking opinions. It just happens. There's no
Not with global warming.
Hold on, I guess you're fine. Jesus Christ, I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Bill Nye has a special on global warming.
Ooh, Bill Nye. You know, Bill Nye is not a scientist.
I know.
Well, what do you mean? He's Bill Nye the Science Guy.
No.
He has a guy on there that says there won't be.
Why is there?
We didn't say he wasn't a science.
Why is there controversy over that? The people I hear say they don't deny global warming. They simply say that mankind isn't
laws,
Is it the main
normal
cause?
cycles are
Well,
normal.
mankind definitely causes some good.
On that special
Well,
09, he's got a guy.
but they
Have
say
you
they're
seen
not-
fucking China?
That's not Mark. It's not warm air.
That says right there, sugar-free bread.
Oh, they make sugar
Okay.
shit.
Take that.
Sugar-free wheat bread.
Take that, Mark.
I get sugar. I get low carb because they're delicious.
How about sugar-free sugar?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by GenesisTotalExteriors.com. If you're looking for interior or exterior work, Genesis Total Exteriors will do it. I know, they have a weird name. But by the way, if you are in need of help with anything, call us. So many times people call us about home improvements. They say, wait a minute, this guy ripped me off. He took money down and ran. He didn't deliver. You know, that's what we try to do on referralist.com. We try to prevent that from happening. Genesis is one of those great contracting companies. And you listen, he's busy, so you may have to wait. But it's worth waiting. 303-679-8509, 679-8509. Let's go to the phones and find out what's on your mind. We have Jesse Schillinger with us from Honest Accurate Auto in Colorado Springs. We have Tom Maggio up north at Hands-On Auto Tech out of Longmont. And then we have Jeff Kimmer Transmission here in Denver in the near Arapahoe and Jordan. So we are taking car questions, but not just car questions. So whatever you have, we'll talk. We'll talk. Okay? Harley, what's going on, sir?
Yes, Tom, I was just wondering where Rolly has been.
I don't know, just not here. I mean, I guess he's at the dealership, you know, enjoying life.
I haven't heard him on your show forever.
Yeah, he just doesn't make it in, and he hasn't made it in. You know, listen, people, he's getting up there now, the old fart. I mean, he's older than I am, so who knows? He might just want to he just might want to take it easy. That's what people do when they get older. Their habits change. Things happen. So, yeah, so I'm sure that he's at the dealership a lot of the time. Probably not as much as he used to be when he was younger. Hey, John, what's going on with you, John?
Hey, thanks, Tommy. Just a friend of mine, she got on a letter from an attorney to show up in Arapahoe County.
Well, okay,
court.
It's a collection attorney, right?
I think so.
Okay,
So-
here's the first question you ask.
Yes.
Does she owe the money? You know, not if she owes it, but is it a legitimate bill? Does she recognize it?
Yes.
Okay. And does she think she owes it?
Yes.
Okay. Then she has to deal with it. So that's our next question. How does she deal with it? What are they asking for?
She has to show up on September 17 at the Arapahoe County. That's all they need
A hearing.
so far. Yes.
But they have an amount on there.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. No, it doesn't say anything about amount of money.
No, it doesn't say any money at all.
That's weird.
Very.
So hold on. Is it a summons and complaint that she has to answer, or just a summons where she has to show up?
Yeah, what they're saying is that she has to have an answer
Within
If she
21
doesn't-
days.
Yeah, if she doesn't recognize this bill, she will have to say so. If she doesn't show up, they will issue a judgment against her.
What? But she doesn't even know how much it is, so how could she recognize it?
I think she might have a different paper than the one I have. So that's
So
what
you
I'm
think she probably does have an amount on there?
I think so.
Okay. Here's what she does. She either goes to court with an attorney, goes to court alone, or deals with it beforehand. However, I recommend that she first... Is she in a lot of debt, John?
Close to 10,000.
And how much does she make?
Oh, she doesn't work at this time.
Why?
Yeah, she's just staying home, mom.
Okay, how many kids?
3.
3. And who supports her?
Oh, her husband, she's married.
Oh, she's married. Uh-oh. If if this bill is joint, if he signed for it, or if it's what's called family doctrine, if they can, like a childbirth, that would be like a family doctrine, meaning they can go after the husband too. Now, is this made out just to her?
Yeah, it's only to her, but the situation is she has a miscarriage at that time at the hospital. That was the bill.
Okay. And was it done, hold on now, was it before she was married to him?
No, she was married.
Okay.
She had kids
Well,
already at
here's,
that time.
okay, if he's working, it's a bad thing if they can go after him. So here's what I think you should do. I think you should have her consult with Wink and Wink. They are bankruptcy attorneys, but they're also credit counseling attorneys, meaning they can maybe negotiate a settlement or at least get the accurate information. She's got to, really, she should call Wink and Wink. And they will do an initial meeting free. They won't charge her.
Okay, what about if the husband didn't sign the bill at that time at the hospital?
If he did or did not?
Did not.
If he did not, he might be okay, but there is something called a family doctrine, and I'm not going to try to give you a legal definition, but I'm going to tell you this.
Sure.
If they determine that bills are for the good of the family, even if a husband or wife did not sign on it, they can sometimes be held liable.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it's very important to protect the family and the income that she goes see Wink and Wink. It's winkandwink.com. Make sure he gets the number. I'll give it to you. 303-410-1720. I hope that helps. We have time for a lot more calls. We also have Matt on the line. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Lines are open except for Matt. Hey, Matt, what's happening?
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Quick for you here. I got a lifetime alignment at a tire shop, and the first time I wanted to get alignment, still pulling one way. They did that, did it again, then the steering wheel was cockeyed, and the third time they finally got it right.
So hold on, but what is a lifetime alignment? Is that where you pay for it once and then they say they'll do it the rest of your life?
Yeah, it's about the time of they're about the price of 2.5 alignments, so they kind of bank on coming out ahead, and I plan on keeping this truck for a while. So.
No, what they bank on is those tie rod ends and everything else is going to go loose. They're going to find them and sell them to you.
Oh, because they're going to say, hey, you're right. They have someone who's going to come in no matter what when they have a problem with alignment, and many times in order to get that free alignment, you have to have stuff that you buy. That's a good point. Anyway.
And that actually comes into play on this next time I went in. I went in and they said everything's good and done after an hour. I asked for paperwork, and the guy kind of, you want the paperwork? Like, well, yeah, I keep it in all my records. So he gives me the alignment printout, and the camber is still in red on the driver's steer tire. And I'm like, oh, yeah, but it's no big deal, and it said that the ball joints are the problem there. So I was like, well, which ball joint's bad then? Oh, we don't know. That's where I was like, well, shouldn't you make sure the ball joints are good before you align the vehicle?
Well, that's not what they're paid for. They're paid for an alignment. And
well, yeah, most places do.
No, but you got to shake down that front end before you do an alignment.
I understand that. Of course they should. But what I'm saying is you get the free alignment anyway, even if they do it before and after. Both of them are free. They're lifetime. So,
yeah. So I have them come out and jack up. They just pull the jack out front, jack up the front end, wiggle it around, and go, oh, well, both those ball joints are good, actually. So I was like, well, I'm putting new tires on it, so I need you guys to get it good. They bring it back in.
Yeah.
And they get it to where the camber's good. And one side of the
So Matt, to sum this up, since we really don't care about the details of your alignment, really, I mean, it's not interesting as far as an alignment, but to get the call correct, what you're complaining about is what good is a free alignment for life if they can't do it?
Well, yeah, because after they got it apparently good that second time, after driving it for a day, now the steering wheel's all cockeyed.
Yeah, so what the hell is going on? What's the name of the place, did you say?
Well, I haven't told you yet. I was going to go in this afternoon. I was just trying to figure out. I haven't talked to the manager yet. I just talked.
Well,
to
here's what I would do. If I felt I spent money on lifetime alignments and they were no good, and they didn't know what they were doing, really, if that truly was really that bad, I would want my money back. Not for the. I would want everything back except the price of the first normal alignment. I would want the extra money you paid, like you said, you pay 2.5 times, I'd probably want 1.5 back, or something like that. I would ask for some kind of credit, and then you guys part company. What else can you do, Matt? I mean, you can't fix stupid if they're stupid. But why, guys, do you think they're not getting the alignment to stay? Why? It
sounds like upper control arm bolts are being left a little too loose. When he says that he leaves fine and then the steering wheel cocks sideways like that means something came loose after the fact.
But it's not always the same thing. That's what's weird.
You know, when those upper control arm bolts come loose, you'll either get a pull or you'll get a steering wheel cocked.
It can be random.
It can do several different effects to the vehicle, yep.
So, Matt, it sounds like that's what you have, that you have people that don't know what they're doing or they're not totally complete. And it could be worn-out parts, too. Yes or no, guys?
Absolutely. I don't understand why they would sell you a lifetime alignment and not be able to fix the issues. Generally, when you sell something like that, you're trying to get in there to fix what's wrong. That's what you're banking on.
They should be, but they said to him, no, these parts are good. Either that or they just flat don't know.
I wonder what kind of alignment machine they have.
Hey, what kind of machine did they put it on? Did it look digital, Matt?
I'm not sure. They put it up on the rack, and it has the printout where it has the before and after with, like, the red and green boxes with the degrees of out that it has on it. So I don't know if that's common with all of them or what else. Probably going to go down tonight or tomorrow.
All right, let us know what happens because we'll help you, okay? If you need help getting some money back or you need help maybe analyzing it, wherever you are, what part of town are you? We'll find somebody. Where are you?
I'm down on the west part of Centennial.
Okay.
Colorado County line. So.
Yeah, you can get over to Kimmer Transmission pretty easily. And I don't know, do you check alignments like that or components?
We've got the next door neighbor that does that.
Okay.
And we have a non-compete, so we can't.
Okay. Oh, okay. So then Pro Auto Care's over there too. And do most shops do alignments or not?
You know, the only reason to have an alignment machine, like these guys are saying, is to sell front end work. There's no money in alignments.
For alignments themselves.
Yeah. The only reason we have the alignment machine is for that. If we're doing tie rods or steering racks, we want to make sure we get it straight.
Okay, 303-713-TALK. We have lines open. You can get right through whether you have a problem, a question, a complaint, even if you just want to rant and there is no solution, you just want to vent. You can do it here at 303-713-TALK.
This report is brought to you by...
A lot of updates. Yes, I sure do. Yes, I do.
Sounds like we got somebody lazy here.
Lazy, that's usually, because camber and caster adjustments take time, and you get an hour, you get paid an hour to do an alignment as a tech, and you're going to spend that hour just on the caster and camber. And then after you complete it, you have to do another caster sweep, which means checking what you just did, and then you still have to do toe. So probably after the first caster sweep, he's like, crap, I'm still off. I want to get this thing out of here. We start bumping the heads to fudge the numbers. I've seen it all the time.
That's what happens when you pay flat rate, see?
What kind of...
we pay salary. We don't deal with that.
How do you keep you guys motivated?
Incentives.
Yeah.
But we
It's still
pay
flat.
salary.
They got free coffee and rolls.
No, it's based on the hours.
Sugar-free bread.
Twix bars.
As a whole.
Not individual.
It's a team system. So.
Those are Twix.
It is different.
Those are Milky Way.
And yes, there's times where we can drop below.
They're all Twix.
I did salary for years, and for a lot of the reasons you're saying. I don't know. I just kind of get tired of eating it.
What's Buddy's
and
favorite?
So I got two guys fighting now, and I'm going to give it a shot.
Buddy,
See how it goes. So.
Oh, Stay in touch with me. I want to know how that works out.
Arby's.
I got the roast. Will you give me my card?
Hey, I got a good trivia I just said.
Yeah,
How
send
many
me an
people
email.
attempted
We've been
suicide
salary
responded to the shows?
Well, my uncle started business in '93.
We're saying on the show.
Now, there was only 2 techs for a long time, right? My uncle had a pretty small shop. Now we're up to 2 shops.
Talked
We've got
about
5,
attempting.
Example,
Example,
Newman. It's not working the same.
Did he
That's one of them.
Yes,
But he didn't
And I don't really know
actually
if
He jumped off the second
we
floor.
like the salary thing. We like to keep the guys.
Oh, yes. I was thinking,
It is tough.
but that's
It is
not
tough
when
because
he was
you wanna
going to be
pay
a
salaries
banker.
so that you can say to them,
When
okay,
his
just do this
lifelong
favor,
dream of being a
or,
banker.
you don't want to have fighting.
This is when he's telling Jerry that,
You want to trust
you
them.
know,
You want to know you're going to get respect.
But
we
don't tell
That's my whole point, though. We didn't actually see him do it. It was third.
Well, Kramer said he did. He said he was going to jump him. Kramer said, well, wave by me when you pass by. But then he jumped off the second floor and was laying on the ground.
So who else?
That's actually...
And now I can't remember that. I told that to you. That was the name of the one that, but there's another one. Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. And Jerry had a part of it. And it had to do with the Drake's consciousness.
Oh, yeah. He tried to kill himself.
Who's he?
The woman's husband.
So I know
no husband.
Her boyfriend that lived with her. His name was like Vladimir or something.
Yeah, but Mark's probably had the
Mark.
And that's where
we work things out.
The light size.
This is the big boy.
I make sure I compensate the guys for it. I'm not worried about it.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Let's talk. All right? Bill, what's going on, Bill?
This is just a curiosity question. I haven't even gotten done paying my deductible and stuff on the hail damage to the roof. Well, we got hail again yesterday, and luckily we didn't get damaged. But if I did, would I be liable for my deductible again?
Yes, of course.
It just got inspected yesterday after the hailstorm.
So, I mean, it's a different incident. You know that, right, Bill?
This is an act of God.
I know but it's a second act of God.
I know. I know. Figured that. Hey, and then I got another question. Has anybody figured out how to solve the problem of this crap gas that we got to buy for our gas-powered outside tools?
Yes. Yes, there's a couple gas stations here in Colorado that are selling non-ethanol gas.
Okay, that's good because a lot of people want that for their old cars and stuff.
This is for a vehicle or a unit that you're not going to use year-round. So if it's going to sit for 6 months or longer, you want that non-ethanol gas because it doesn't varnish in the carburetor.
Where is it?
You're going to have to Google. I don't.
There are places at the pump.
In the Springs, it's the Maverick gas station. But
yeah, and where I am, it's
what is it called?
It's 66 in Main Street where I am.
What is it called?
It's just non-ethanol gas. It's just you'll see your normal 85, 87, 91, and then they'll have a separate handle that looks just the same, but it's non-ethanol.
Is there any vehicles that require leaded gasoline?
Not anymore. Well, no, that's a different thing.
But
can you buy that?
You can buy a supplement to add lead, but it's really not. Yes.
Yeah, but Laura, what happened, Laura?
Okay, so I was rear-ended by a 19-year-old that was on his cell phone. He has a GMC pickup. I had a Sonata. And it was totaled out, but I have two questions. My first question is it Colorado law that it's 75%, or is it Colorado law that it's 100%?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
When you get back your, in order for it to be totaled, it has to be...
There's no law that says when a car is totaled. I think that it's the insurance company that decides if they want to pay to get it fixed or not.
Okay, because I've heard two different things. I've heard that it has to be, in some states it's 75%.
Okay, I should amend that. I don't know if I don't know of any law. I've never seen a law that actually defines a total wreck. It's a matter of contract. Usually, if it's not economical, they don't do it, and that's why they use the 75%. So I should really correct myself and not say, oh no, there's no law. Let me find out for sure. But why? Tell me why. You want your car totaled?
Well, yeah, cars totaled. I mean, GMC versus a Sonata.
In Colorado, it's 100%.
It is 100%?
In Colorado, I'm looking at all the states. Some states, and the majority, are 75%. Colorado, on this particular website, the threshold is 100%.
But State Farm's telling us 75%.
What do you mean, Mark?
I found a website that actually shows
each state
total loss thresholds by state. Colorado's 100%.
So meaning that they can
it's
do
up
it
to
all.
them.
Yeah, it's up to them. So so there are
and a ladder TLF, which I assume total loss formula, which could be whatever it is.
Right, and that's what State Farm said. So, but they're saying it's 75%. But whether it is or not, the car value, according to even State Farm, was $17,100. So let's just say 17. The damage was 11,400.
What year is this car?
It's 2014 with only 40,000 miles on it. I got it from an old lady.
That sucks.
I know. And what I think is a scam, though, and I just wanted you guys to talk about it, especially since you guys have this, your car people
right.
Is because it's 11,400, which at the time was like right around 73% or something like that of the value. And what they're saying, what they have also in their estimate is 1,100 for like possible other. So because that put us over for State Farm, what they're saying is 75% of the total threshold, then our car's totaled. So we can pay to have it taken to another couple places and see what we can do. But other than that, we just take our 17 grand and kind of walk away.
It's going to really suck, though, because you're not going to like the total price you get.
No, it's not too bad, but it's actually right around what we
probably don't want it fixed if it's that much damage.
No, she doesn't. No. She's not arguing that. She's arguing just the opposite. She's saying she does want it totaled.
Yeah, I'm kind of saying like what we don't understand. We're fine with it being totaled, but we thought what was a scam was here's 11,400 at 73% of the value, and then here's
no, I know what you're saying.
Adding 1,100 extra in, and all of a sudden then it is over the 75% threshold. And of course it's a preferred dealer of State Farm.
Here's where.
Oh, you can bring it anywhere you want, though.
Yeah, anytime they're looking at the car, there's so many things that are unseen that they can't go. They have to prepare for that. They go in to do a door.
Here's something that always backfires on them. If you take the full totaled claim, the total claim. In other words, your car is totaled, and they say, okay, we're going to give you 18 grand, and then you subtract the amount they offer you to keep the car. Okay, so if you want to keep the car, let's say it's going to cost you $2 grand. So now you get $16,000 and you get to keep the car, right? The difference should be the amount they estimate to repair the car, and it very seldom is. They tell you because they say it's 75%, and it never makes sense because they say, wait a minute, it's going to cost $6,000 or $8,000 to fix the car. Then they say $6,000 or $8,000 or whatever. They total the car. And then they turn around and tell you have to keep the car, and the math doesn't make sense. In other words, if it's a $20,000 car and they total it because it's going to cost, let's say, $18,000 to fix, right? So they
more than 75%.
So they total it, and they so now they say you can have it. We're going to give you $20,000, but if you want to keep it, it's going to take. They're going to come up with an amount, okay? If you're going to keep it, $15,000. And you say, wait a minute, so that leaves a $5,000 thing for keeping the car. But that $5,000, to fix it, it just doesn't make mathematical sense. Their numbers just don't add up. And
it's kind of crazy, and I feel like what was even more crazy was the gal from State Farm actually told us that they were going to take our car and fix it up and sell it as a salvage title. And that kind of like made me curious as to what happens with some of these cars. It's like the engine's great. I mean,
I know, but that's just life. That's the way it works with insurance wrecks. I mean, it never makes sense. And a lot of people want their car totaled. Some people don't want their car totaled. Alex, go ahead. What's happening?
Hey, Tom, I got a two-part question and comment. I noticed in the mornings when you come on, you're always real positive. And that's good, because you know how sometimes you could talk to people in the morning, they're like, yeah, I'm doing okay today. And when you get on the radio, real positive, so it's real uplifting.
Well, thanks. Appreciate it. As the show goes on, I get worn down.
Yeah. And I was listening on the radio. They were saying that they're doing away with bonds. So
bonds? Wait a minute. What do you mean bonds? Like bail bonds?
Yeah, they're putting them out of business. California, I think,
well, how are they putting them out of business? Because if they didn't have a mechanism for them, the jails would be overcrowded.
California,
they're holding the people, and if you get arrested and you're in there for a month or two, you're already pretty much guilty before you're innocent.
Well, what were you saying, Tom? Did you read
So
about it?
California signed a law. They are going to eliminate cash bonds, and their reasoning is that it punishes people who are poor, rewards people who are rich. So instead, the judge is going to have three choices: basically released on own recognizance,
right,
or some kind of monitoring system where you just don't get out.
Well,
you get out or you stay in. You either stay in jail, they let you out on your own, or you're on a monitor.
Ankle bracelet.
Okay, so three choices.
Yeah, three.
You stay in jail.
Guilty.
Well, no, hold on. But if they let you out on your own, you're out on your own. If they keep you, they keep you. If they give you the ankle bracelet, what I want to know is how did they decide whether they're going to keep you or give you an ankle?
It's up to the judge, but Tom's exactly right. The reason they did this in California is they're saying, okay, you know, this guy who has no job, maybe he's here illegally, whatever it is, he doesn't have money to bond out, but yet someone that does have a job and has money does. So they want to make it even across the board.
Well, you're right. Bonds do favor the rich. They do. I mean, but do you think that'll come to Colorado?
No.
I mean,
yeah, we always follow California. Colorado's always follows California.
We don't check for fruit flies coming into the state yet.
No, I have not heard of Colorado. What? Colorado following California? Not that I know of. Give me one item that we followed, California. Give me one item.
They follow us. They made pot legal just like we did.
Give me one item.
It's the other way around.
Yeah. Give me one item where we followed California.
Oh, you got me on a point.
Like, how about this? How about motorcycles? We haven't followed them with motorcycles. They allow motorcycles to ride everywhere.
Plus, I think they have a highway. Don't they have a helmet
Shoulders
law? We
right
don't.
Between. No, we have a helmet. No, we don't.
Helmet law.
Do they have a helmet law in California?
Yes.
Yeah. But, I mean, does anyone ride without a helmet?
Oh, God, I see it all the time. I'm amazed.
You ride without one?
Why? I've always wanted to ask someone why.
Do you feel like your head is just...
Nope, it's just the way I grew up. That's what I do.
You don't like it.
I
know that. I know it's your choice. But
what about
aren't you afraid? Because I hate helmets. I hate them.
He'll show that cement.
Because if you fall down, doesn't your head always hit once you... Doesn't it always hit, basically?
I'm absolutely sure it's going to hit.
And it's not your driving. It's the car that blasts through that red light and hits you.
That's me too.
But why the hell would you not wear a helmet?
My personal opinion is if I'm going to be taken out, I'd rather be done than a vegetable.
Yeah,
but the helmet saves my head and I got to live like a vegetable.
It's like the NFL saying, we wanted to go back to leather.
I think you have more of a chance of being a vegetable with the helmet off.
And it'll just end me.
Anyway, 303-713-825. You know, it's terrible that they use vegetables as an example of something bad, isn't it? I don't want to be a vegetable. Hold on a sec. But
He's making fun of tomatoes.
If you think about it, though, a meatloaf doesn't have anything. I don't want to be a meatloaf. Why don't
No, because the meatloaf originally did have a brain at some point.
Originally, but it doesn't now, just like you. It would be more apropos. You were once a living, talking, breathing organism. Now you're a lump of meat. So it's like, I don't want to be a prime rib. You could use that expression, I don't want to be a sirloin. It would work because it would be more accurate. I don't want to be a ribeye. I just don't.
I don't want to.
This is Denver's Talk Station.
I know what I was trying to say with that fucking numbers. I couldn't do it live. Now, I caught the insurance. I said, okay, you're willing. You say it's a $20,000 car. You'll give me $20,000 if it's total.
Yes.
Okay. Now they say the reason for that is because it was 75%, more than 75% to fix it. So they were saying it's going to be to fix it.
What? Here's why most of these places don't care.
So they're saying it's going to be 18 to fix it. Let's say. But
they know they're going to find more shit. It's going to exceed the value.
So they keep the car though. You don't get the 20. That let's say they say you have to pay. They want to ding you if they can. So they say we're only going to give you 15, but you keep the car. Now you think to yourself, if 15 I keep the car, what they're saying is
you can't fix it.
No, they're saying that 15, the value of that car, if it was 18 to fix it,
and it's worth 20.
I don't understand what here. Wait, there was a formula I used to do. Damn it! If it was 18 to fix it.
Most of the insurance companies have a contract with clothes. And it gives them the exact percentage.
No, they don't want it to.
total claims.
They didn't want to total it.
They offer you.
It's powerful.
She said they totaled it with that extra money.
No.
No, she said that the numbers actually jumped the threshold. And since there wasn't actual same physical damage to that, $1,100 if you were sitting aside.
Most of them, when it hits 75%, most insurance companies don't want to fund it because they start the work
And there's more.
it's more than what they pay with the car.
They're saying no. If they offer me 15 on a $20,000 car, they're saying the car has a salvage value of $5,000. So if you take salvage of 5 and add back in the 18, okay, then what you come up with, because that's how much it is to fix it, their numbers don't make sense because then you're up at if you do the math, you take the $5,000 salvage and add the repair cost, it should bring you up to what they said. And it doesn't. It comes up to 8 and 5. So yeah, it comes up to 13.
You're missing a number in there.
What?
She's a claimant. They're going to have the expense of her car, her rental. They're going to have the extra expense.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying the salvage value.
The
amount they say I have to pay is more than really I have to pay, because if I pay $5,000 and add the repair cost, it comes up to $24,000, and they told me the car.
Yeah, but what happens if to repair a $20,000 vehicle? What happens if the repair cost is $25,000?
Which can happen real easy.
Of course you can.
Salvage plus repair should equal roughly.
Well, then that's what I'm saying, though.
Less deductible.
If it's $25,000 to repair it, it's only worth $20,000.
Right.
Okay, well, think about that. Those numbers are never going to add up because the value we've already said is $20,000 replacement cost, but repairs are $25,000, which is why they'd never do it.
Right.
So then they sell it back to her at $5,000.
But they shouldn't.
That would be $30,000.
It should not have a salvage value at all. If it's worth $20 and it's going to take $25 to fix, it's zero.
But everything's still going to have
the reason why they give it a value is so that
the salvage value that you pay should be your car minus the repair. That's really what it should be, Mark. That's what salvage is. It means the amount not. And if it's more, there is no value, because what they're saying is the reason there's a salvage value is you're assuming that if someone was stupid enough to take that car and fix it, it would be fixed. And that's what it is. They exaggerate salvage value when you want to buy it. But when they get rid of it, they exaggerate it. They charge you.
But they own it, so they can charge whatever they want for it.
Is this us?
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I think the example I was given in the math on I think what I was trying to say is when a car is wrecked and you want to keep it, they overcharge you for the salvage. You should only have to pay salvage value. Clodies would never pay what they're saying you should pay for that car, but they know you like the car. They know you want to keep the car, so they exaggerate the salvage.
Which they're allowed to do, though.
Yeah, of course they are. They ding you for it. They ding you for keeping that car way more than it's actually worth. Mike, what is going on, sir?
Yeah, I'll give you an example where we're following California, giving illegal aliens driver's license.
Do we do that?
Yeah. We don't call them full-fledged driver's licenses.
What do we call them?
I don't know the exact name.
Illegal alien driver's license.
No, seriously. Someone who's in the country, undocumented, illegally, someone here can go to DMV and get a license.
Yeah, the idea is that they'll be more inclined to carry insurance and.
But what happens when you have to show like proof of identity and all of that?
I don't know. I guess they waive that.
I'd like to talk to one person in this country illegally who has a driver's license.
It says Colorado now provides driver's license and ID cards to undocumented residents who cannot provide proof of legal presence in the United States.
Okay.
You'll need to submit proof of identity and residency.
Okay, and that's it.
Plus a taxpayer identification number, as well as sign a specific affidavit and pass a knowledge and road test.
Oh, okay. Well, so there is a path to getting a driver's license if you can't prove how you're here. And so then they have a data bank of everyone who does that. I mean, that's something too. But I'm wondering, in practice, how many people have them?
Seems like a lot of hoops to jump through to get.
How many people have them? I'll bet you we can't find one. I'll bet you we can't find one undocumented
Can you drive
person with
when I go to Mexico
license.
and we rent a car? Of course, my license is sufficient.
Is
Can they use a Mexican license here? I don't know the answer to that either. I would assume they could, right?
Reciprocity? I don't know. Canada, we drive in Canada, we drive in Mexico. I would imagine there's some kind of pact.
Is there a universal license that's good anywhere?
James Bond has one. I don't know, Mark. Actually, did you drive in Europe?
No, we didn't. We were on a tour.
Can you drive in Europe?
I would assume so. You mean legally?
Well,
I don't know.
I drove on the islands, you know,
Oh, yeah, I've driven in there
are other countries technically.
Yeah, Punta Cana. Actually, I don't know, man.
So these are all good questions, but I'd like, as I said, one person. If one person can provide me someone, I want to talk to them. I think it's cool. I'm not going to, what am I going to do about it? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, listen, we got plenty of time for phone calls. If you want to call about anything, it doesn't have to be about cars. But since we're on the topic of cars, where is the Tesla going? Guys, where is it going? Is there still a waiting list to get one?
They're having a lot of problems.
I mean, where is this going to be?
Yes, there's a waiting list.
And by the way, you don't have to call about what I'm talking about, 303-713-TALK, but I do want to know what you guys think.
The biggest problem with Musk, or Tesla, is Musk. The guy's nuts, man. He was smoking pot with some guy.
On a podcast.
On a podcast in the last couple of days. The video came out. He looks like an idiot.
With Joe Rogan, sorry.
He's tweeting that he's going to take the public freaking private. And he had the funding together.
But first of all, I didn't know you could do that.
You can't
give out that information. It's like
you can't.
Is it against SEC rules?
Yes, and he's getting sued for it right now. There's a class action in effect.
Did it raise or lower the value?
It brought the value up because he said they were going to bring it private. Because a lot of people short this stock like I have. So he brought it up to, he said he set a price target of $420 when he did this. He said, I have the funding in place to take this stock private at $420 a share. So, of course, the stock started heading to $420 instantly.
Yeah, so here's...
And he was lying.
I have the picture of him drinking whiskey and smoking weed on his show.
There's your CEO if you own a Tesla.
Well, I mean, a lot of people would actually like that.
Scroll down a little, too. Do you see where he was selling those flamethrowers?
But a lot of people think that's cool. They would like it. Elon Musk drinks, smokes weed, and wields a flamethrower.
Apparently he was doing LSD not long ago as well.
Was that flamethrower... Steve, go ahead. Go ahead, Steve. Steve?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
So I was just calling about the driver's license issue.
Yeah.
So I'm in law enforcement. We do see them occasionally, and they just say not valid for anything other than driving. So you can't use them as identification to get on a plane or something like that. They just say for driving only. They're kind of rare. Colorado's got a backlog. So
you mean a backlog of people who want them?
Correct.
Really?
The wait time is 8 months to a year.
Why?
It looks like you got to have quite a bit to get one, too. It's not like you just walk in.
Why.
Yeah, but once you have the stuff, I wonder why it would take so long.
They probably got to prove it.
Yes. I mean, I think there's verification steps that make it drawn out, and there's obviously still a concern that it will be used.
As a peace officer, what do you think of them? Are you glad? Would you rather someone have something than have no clue who the hell they were?
Yeah, I don't mind them. They seem, I mean, my job's to enforce the law, so if that's the law that's
but have you ever stopped? Have you ever stopped anyone, or do you know anyone who stopped anyone who has no license whatsoever, and they say, I'm not in the country legally? Do you cite them for not having a license and know you're not going to ever hear from them again, or do you call ICE, or what do you do? What are you instructed to do?
Well, just like you can take a vacation in Mexico and you don't need a driver's license from Mexico, you can go on a vacation there. It's when you become a resident. So
no. You do need a driver's license. I need my United States driver's license. But so if they don't have any driver's license and they say, I don't have a license, and they're in the country illegally.
Or they don't have a passport. They have nothing. What do you do?
Well, you'd have to work to identify them if you're going to choose to write them a ticket. So you could just write the ticket to whatever name they provide, and it's only a fine for not having a driver's license. If you have a revoked driver's license, then you need to go to court.
Oh, so it's easier if you don't have one.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Christy, what is your comment, Christy?
Hey, Tom, just you had a question about whether you could use like a Colorado driver's license to drive in other countries, and you can.
Okay.
We went to Ireland and Scotland, and my husband drove and just used his regular license. So
Okay.
you can do it.
And I imagine they're good like they are anywhere, like in another state. They would be temporary until you settle in. Then they'd probably want you to get their own.
I would imagine, yeah. We just stayed for a couple of weeks, but, yep, it was good.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, police, I don't think, law enforcement, they do not get involved in immigration policy or enforcing immigration, and I don't think they want to. I mean, I don't think they ask for, if you're here legally or not. Richard, go ahead. You have a comment on total loss of a vehicle or a question?
Yeah, I just settled with State Farm. They used the 75%, 80%, I think, is what they went to. And they didn't include some other things that obviously would have had to have been a tear down to check out. And what they did, though, is they went through AutoSource to get a market value, to value my car.
A market value as salvage or a market value as it is?
As it is, like to replace it.
Okay.
They checked out supposedly private and auto sales places for a comparable vehicle, same age, some with lower mileage, some with higher mileage, and then they worked up, a market price, and then of course they called something parts, Coparts or something, and they gave them a bid on salvage, which was like $100 higher than anybody locally would have gave me. And they deducted that, and then my total price was deducted from that. I don't think it was unreasonable. I was just curious after hearing about it. Colorado says that, you could suppress them for 100% total.
Yeah, but the insurance company would never want to do that because most likely if it's close to 80%, 75,
it's going to end up being close to value.
It's going to go over 100%. The body shop already started. Now you lost money.
Right. But my question was more as far as the market value. Do I have any option to go through any place else?
Yes. Yes, you do. You just have to show comps, real comps, and sales figures prevail. If you can actually show them, and then you add sales tax to it, and it works. Okay, we got a lot more coming right up. 303-713-TALK. Get your calls in. 303-713-8255.
This report is brought to you by the
He just sent me a picture of the intake. Look at that. Yep.
That Jeep we're working on, that guy did, that's the intake. See all that metal? Well, he probably took the intake off the original Jeep that blew the engine and stuck it on here, and then that got sucked back through that used engine. That's why it's bad. Look at that. That's coming off of the Jeep we're working on that actually started up here.
On Thursday, you had a caller reference to a website where you could enter in an employment skill and expected salary, and various companies could review your information.
I never heard of that.
Could you give me that website?
You mentioned that website. FAR? Is it FAR or
Fiverr.
Fiverr.
But that's not a point.
Right.
Okay,
that was the one.
What's it called? It's one of many Fiverr.com, one of many crowdsourcing sites, not for employment, but for contracting.
The first engine will cause the second engine to go bad. I agree. He probably did just swap that crap over from the first to the second engine. That's crazy.
And they're not going to drop valve seats anyway, so it could have just dropped another valve seat.
Oh man.
We try to avoid using motors on this.
You going up to
3.7s, 4.7s.
It's not one.
You might see fucking snow up there this month.
It did snow somewhere. Someone, in fact, Sorolla had put a video driving up in the way up there.
Great. I gotta quit having those Diet Cokes and stuff that That fake sugar spikes my blood sugar all the time.
And then it makes you just want to get on the plane at Southwest.
I can't wait to go flying next week.
Are you flying Southwest?
I said, shit, so Southwest didn't have a flight to Hawaii, but I still wanted to take them. So they're going to drop me off in Florida so I can load the plane backwards.
You're not right, man. You're not right. Oh, man.
No, we have a direct flight back. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Here's what I don't get. Our first flight, we stop in, I don't know if it's Los Angeles or somewhere in California.
Los Angeles and San Francisco are typically the two places they go.
San Francisco, I think's right. So then we land there. We get on another flight to go to Hawaii. 1 hour later, and I just go, how the fuck do they get my bags and shit off of a plane that lands at 8 and onto a plane that takes off at 9? I just got a bad feeling about it.
Yeah, but you get $1,500 if your bag's missing.
We flew to Vegas.
You know what? He does have a point.
We flew to Vegas.
More than $1,500.
No, it's $1,500.
It took us to Chicago, dropped us off, got us on another plane to go back to Vegas.
Hey, man, we are on, guys. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Okay. Now, we have a follow-up with Candy. Candy's original problem was, Suzanne, sum that up quickly.
You know, with AutoNation and the tax refund.
Right. She said that they overcharged her for tax.
Right.
They sent the tax to the county. It was too much. It was like $900 too much. And the county sent it back to AutoNation. And Candy said, I should get a refund, and she should. And they said they would. So, Candy, hold on. What happened, Suzanne?
So I just heard back from my angel. The check will be in the mail today, so she should have that in a few days.
Okay.
Got her solved.
Now, Candy, that's a problem solved. So what you need to do is simply...
we get half.
Write us a review on Google or Yelp.
Yeah. Let us know, please. And we always love to be reviewed. You know, here's the deal, Candy. They said that it's just in the process, and they didn't intend on keeping it.
They're good people at AutoNation, honestly. They do have problems, but they're so big. Compared to the size of a company they are, they actually have very few problems.
Yeah, compared to their size, you're right. Laura, what's going on, Laura?
Well, I rented my house out, and they destroyed my house in a lump sum.
They destroyed your house? Who destroyed your house, dear?
Renters.
Uh-oh, God.
I tried to refinance my house, and I couldn't because of work that was done, and I need...
Because of what work that was done?
Wood flooring put down that was put down over carpet.
So you're... Wait, you're...
No way.
Wait.
No
You're
way.
kidding.
Your renters put what kind of floor down over carpet?
They put a wood floor over carpet.
Did they, like, glue it? What did they do?
No, they pulled up the carpet, but they left the wet padding, carpet padding, and put wood
Oh, my
floor over
God.
that.
So listen.
So we were unable to refinance the house because of that, and electrical work they did that was illegal.
Well, man, I mean, this is a terrible... Was this a rental property?
No, it's my home I was renting out for a little bit, and I've taken it back and kicked them out.
And why do you need to refinance?
Because we were trying to fix work that was done illegally.
So you wanted to pull cash out. Was it paid for, the house?
No.
How much is the house worth if it was normal condition?
Pardon me?
How much would the house be worth under normal conditions?
Probably about $270.
What do you owe on it?
$107,000.
107?
Mhm.
Okay.
Did they put an addition onto this?
Yes, it has addition built in 1982.
You emailed us, or you've already talked to us, right?
Yes, my daughter emailed you guys, and you guys said the list was too long and that I needed to call you.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about this then. If you have a home and you can't get it refinanced because of its condition, there are places that do finance for home improvements.
I think they might be in foreclosure.
But you got to
too,
qualify for it, Laura. Do you qualify for a loan? What's your income?
That's what I'm saying. We got turned down because of the work that was done.
No, Laura, listen. Listen to what I'm saying. If you can qualify for a loan, it doesn't matter the condition the house is in, so you don't have to say this again. We got turned down because of the condition or the work that was done, because they have special loans made for people who want to fix up a house. But you have to be able to qualify for it. What is your income?
$559, Social Security, disability.
And well, then it's not because of the work that was done, Laura. You can't qualify for any loan, dear. It has nothing to do with that. I mean, it wouldn't matter if your house was in perfect condition. Do you hear what I'm saying, Laura? You have a problem, a real problem here. What I suggest you do is you try to get out of the house as quickly as you can. Are you facing foreclosure?
No.
Okay, your payments are up to date?
Yes.
Good. Now, I would get Frank Duran, the real estate man, to help you sell it. And you sell it for whatever you can, even if it's in bad condition, because people will fix it up and sell it. That's what fix and flippers do. Now, you're not going to get top dollar for it, but you won't get dirt for it either. You should be able to get well more than you owe on it. And at least come out with some money, Laura. And then what you do is you at least have some money. I don't know what else to tell you. How old are you, Laura?
55.
Okay.
Are the renters still there?
No, they're gone.
Are you married?
No, I'm divorced.
Okay. So you're on your own on Social Security disability, and your monthly income is $500 and something?
Yes. Well, my daughter and son-in-law was going to go on the loan with me.
And what do they make?
She makes $850 every 2 weeks.
Okay, and what does he make, roughly?
I have no idea.
Okay, what kind of work does he do?
He sells automotive parts at Napa.
Okay, listen, you guys might be able to qualify for a loan, but it might be difficult. But it's not a regular loan. It's a loan for a home improvement. You take out a loan to buy it and a certain amount of money to fix it up. And since you're not buying it, you would just have money put away to fix it up. But you have to have an estimate of what it will cost to fix it. It takes some work, Laura. This is stuff we can't do for you. You have to do it for yourself. What you have to do is get someone in there who can give you an estimate on bringing the house up to standards. Okay, it doesn't have to be top shelf finish, but just to bring it up to standards. Okay.
With the income she has, 500 and something, really.
No, she won't, but she gets her daughter and son-in-law.
She should sell the house, get whatever she can, and then even move to a different place where 500 stretches a lot further.
No, here's what I'm thinking. She's never going to do it on 500, but she sells the house. If she can get, I'm thinking 50 grand out of it. If she can, then you help your daughter and son-in-law, the three of you, go and put that down on a house, and then they can help you make the payments. That's probably the wisest thing to do, Laura. This might be too far gone. You had someone ruin your house. Why did you rent it out? Why did you rent it out?
Because I was going back and forth to Lakewood to help my daughter watch her kids. Babysit her kids.
Okay.
Because she's saying, well, she's got 4 kids, and I was taking them to school and picking them up.
Are you still helping your daughter?
Yes, I'm watching her 4 kids when they go to school, get to school, and pick them up at school.
Well, this is good news. Okay, well, it's all good news that you are all together. But you do understand the wisdom, right, in selling your house? Laura, we can help you. We can talk to you off the air. But, dear, sometimes there is no easy solution. Sharon, what is your question? I'm going to try to get it in here, Sharon.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, this is for my son. He had 2 cars totaled in the Colorado Springs hailstorm.
Yeah.
He received money for one of them, put a down payment on. Financing was still subject to receiving gap insurance release on the second vehicle. Apparently...
Yeah, because, well, hold on. So the second vehicle he was upside down in.
Right.
And they won't finance him on the new car he bought until he can get released from that.
Right.
Okay.
And so the finance company had not received that information.
Okay.
And canceled the loan agreement. And the car is still in my son's possession. should he return the car?
Of course. But
or is there anything else he can do? Because
well, he can try to get that hitch fixed with the gap insurance so he can reapply for that loan.
Okay.
But the dealer's going to want that car back, and they're going to start charging you for every day you keep it and every mile that you drive, and they're going to take it out of his down payment. Okay. So, Suzanne, let's get her back on Monday and try to get some help for her, at least some direction. But meanwhile, see if the dealer can help you get this financed.
As a marketer, you want to reach everyone, adults, teens, millennials, but it's not like these groups all hang out in the same place, right? Actually, wrong. They're all right here, listening to radio commercials just like this one. Radio ads connect with 93% of Americans every week. That's more than Google, more than Facebook, more than TV. In fact, radio reaches 20% more millennials than TV.
Oh, yeah, she lived there while they were doing this shit.
And then
the whole thing spun.
And then that guy brought in his parents. And then he was supposed to help pay her rent by doing some stuff in the house.
The good news is, now that she's divorced, Dan is single.
Hey, Jeff is single too.
He's got a girlfriend.
You might want to call us for that.
How do you screw? Oh,
There are so much, and then she had
Clint, it was one of those. There's nothing she did right anywhere. She traded out rent for repairs, and the repairs were worse than anything.
Never ever.